Uh,
Ahoy! Welcome to A Hero Story. My name is Hunter, also known as the comic book Hunter.
Hey, that's not right. That's not true at all.
It's true.
I'm
No, I'm
Hunter.
taking
I'm
over.
Sean, the local comic book Sean.
That make
And
me?
that's it on the
Wait,
podcast.
I don't
That's
even
the
know what.
podcast.
I,
Thanks
I
for
was trying to
watching,
think of what
guys.
Harper's that is.
I'm
I'm
Comic
Harper,
Rebirth,
the
also
Harper.
known as
Oh,
Harper.
God,
This is
this is
all
Legacy of
good.
terrible,
Kid
guys.
Flash.
History of the Kid
Legacy
Flash.
of Kid Flash. That's it.
Um,
Oh my
this is
god.
episode 14. What is that?
Yeah.
314.
I
Sean's here with
technically
us.
have. I technically have an at. I have my little toy page that I
Yeah,
barely
I
your
will-
little
post on.
toy page.
Find it.
I, I will say, like, Ironheart came out this week. I was the only one on a hero story that watches it, and it's about like a
You don't know
black
that.
woman
Hey, don't
superhero,
do
and
it. Don't do it. Hey,
I'm a white man, so I didn't want to review it alone. So I brought Sean Gribben on, who
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
it's
that's a
no
good call.
black
Yeah,
woman, Sean Gribben.
Good
because you
stuff.
guys, because you guys were hate watching it because you're white men.
Yeah. We'll get into it.
We'll get there when
thumbnail-
we get there.
Harper thumbnail idea. We have Sean Gribben
Yeah.
for CBR. Riri Gribben.
I don't know if that's.
I don't know
taste.
that I am gonna do
I don't
that.
think that's
I'm
good.
not, I'm not
Good
gonna
plan.
lie.
We got to go practical
Only-
effects, though, right? Right.
Not a great
Sean.
plan.
Sean, you got to go practical effects. It's not
Not
going to
a
be
great-
CGI. All right. So
Okay, welcome to the 2 minutes in, and hey, controversial episode. What's going on?
we're going to talk about how Jim Shooter fucking died. Jim Shooter died this week, and
Sorry,
can
why'd you say
I-
it like
it's not
that?
funny.
Why'd you
It's not
say it
funny.
like-
It's not funny, I guess, but he did die.
Why do people fill me in on the lore for Jim Shooter? Why
Which
do
part of it?
people not like him? What's
All
the
right.
deal
Well,
with that?
Jim Shooter. I love
Rest
this
in
story
peace, of
'cause it's
course, but also
this.
why
Yes,
do
rest in
people-
peace, legendary Marvel editor in chief. I love Jim Shooter's story because it is full on Marvel propaganda and why it is better than DC. Jim Shooter's story goes that he was a kid in he was like in the hospital once because he broke his leg, and his parents gave him DC comics and Marvel comics, and he was like, "My God, the Marvel comics shit all over the fucking DC comics. Like the DC comics are garbage, and the Marvel
Did he have a
comics are
tumor in
sick
his leg
as
and was
fuck."
the DC comic New 52 Batman that he
He-
got given by a
yeah,
homeless
actually,
person?
I think that is
Okay,
exactly what
interesting.
happened. Yeah,
That's crazy.
It was
Jim
New 52
Shooter-
specifically.
Jim Shooter's like 12 or 13 when this happens, and he's so like moved by the fact that the Marvel comics are better than the DC comics that he writes fan scripts of Legion of Superheroes and sends them to DC as to be like, this is what your comics should fucking look like. And they accepted them. And the editor in chief at DC goes, "Hey, Jim, whoever you are, we're gonna like buy 3 more scripts from you." And it gets to the point where they have this relationship, and then they call up Jim Shooter and they go, "Hey, we want to hire you because you're writing good comics." And he goes, "Okay, I just have to go ask my mom first." And they're like, "What do you mean you have to ask your mom?" They had no idea he was a 14-year-old kid sending in scripts to DC Comics. And I love the idea that they're just like, "What the fuck do you mean? Like you're a child? You've been writing these comics and you're 12 years old?"
Rest in peace to Jim Shooter, but I also don't believe a fucking word of that.
You don't believe any of that? I think
That's
it's
a
very,
total lie. It's a total fabrication.
It depends
Made it
because
up.
his names
Harper,
are on the
Harper,
books.
You can
Lie.
check. Yeah, you can check. Go back to that date. Check his age. Look at the age then.
Coincidence.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
Coincidence
also
that he was 14.
Jim Shooter's also famously like 6'8". Like he's like a super tall guy too. They
He's
always
like
mention this
Goliath.
at conventions. Yeah, he was gigantic. But anyway, he was like working for them really early, obviously. Got into Marvel, became editor in chief at Marvel, I think in like his late 20s, but just as like a fluke. Like he was supposed to be a holdover because they didn't have like a full group editor or something.
From
He
The
just
Last Jedi.
inherits it, right? Yes, a holdo maneuver.
The whole.
He just kind of inherits the editor in chief status, and he like implements like, this is how the books have to look. They have to come out on time. They have to do all this. And I guess implementing that to people that did not have that previously, rules about what they were doing, they hated him because he actually like forced them to work harder, which I guess is, whatever it was. But under his era, I mean, you get Chris Claremont on X-Men, you get John Byrne, Fantastic Four, you get all of 80s Spider-Man. It's the entire 80s era, which is peak Marvel, is all Jim Shooters.
That's it. I just like only reason I asked is because I saw Kurt Busiek was like, a great and sometimes controversial figure in the comic industry. And I went, that's an interesting thing to
Can't
say
wait to
in
say
like a
After he
RIP.
eulogy.
died.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
right as he died and controversial. Like, I was okay. And
And
he said something
controversy
like,
today could mean anything as well.
yeah, yeah.
So
Well, I
someone
mean,
probably called
we
him
know.
like someone could probably call him Riri Shooter.
You think
That's
so?
probably it. He was gonna
Yeah.
review Ironheart,
Do
and
I have
then
to make Jim Shooter Riri Williams in the
No, you
thumbnail as
don't
well?
Please
have to
don't.
do that.
Please
You
don't.
no,
don't have to
please
do
don't.
that.
Please, you really don't, man.
We're gonna veto.
Is
If he
it
does
wrong?
it,
Is
if
it
he does
wrong
it
to put
anyway,
like
that's
Hunter's face, but like in the cutout of the suit? If it's just the suit, are we
no.
We
good?
could
No,
just
that's
have
fine. That's
her
valid.
like
That's
we
valid.
just have her in like next to us.
Why are we?
Like,
We're always
don't have to
brainstorming
be,
the
we don't have
thumbnail.
to be
Mm.
her.
Yeah, we're 5 minutes in and we're like,
It's
what's the
true.
thumbnail gonna be, guys?
We haven't even talked
Um,
No,
about
no, I
anything
brought it
yet.
up. I brought
but
it
yeah,
up.
that's
Sean, do you want to be in the thumbnail?
Uh,
No.
whatever you
Okay,
want to
move on.
but yeah, that's I mean Jim Shooter. Yeah, I think if you look at the books that came out in that time, the standout Marvel books, literally everything from the 80s, from Iron Man to Doctor Strange to Silver Surfer and the Fantastic Four, like all of it, and all of it is 10 out of 10 excellent. Every character has a peak all-timer run under his reign as editor-in-chief. I think maybe he sucked to the people there, but like god damn it, we got to reap that what came from it at least.
But has there ever been like an editor in chief at
No.
Marvel that hasn't had that like exact reception? Like I feel like any single one,
I
like
well, I think it's more so the
it.
opposite, right? Most editor-in-chiefs get a lot of shit from the fans, but everyone's like, oh, we
What
like working
about
with them.
what was Mark Wade's mate?
Oh,
Remember the one that I
what?
said on the Mark Wade, like the last Mark Wade interview we did, there was like an editor in chief. I went, oh yeah, he's quite a controversial figure too. And then Mark Wade was like, yeah, he's one of my dearest friends. And I was just like,
Oh,
oops.
Dan DiDio, was it?
That was not Dan DiDio.
Was it not Dan
No.
DiDio? I don't even remember.
No, fuck. I'll have to look it up. We'll come back to it.
But yeah,
But
I
I
mean,
feel like that happens a lot.
I think Jim Shooter's Marvel is like I mean, it still might be the defining era in Marvel, right? Like, I don't know. You can make a lot of arguments. It's the 60s
Bob
or
Harris
it's the
is who I
80s.
was talking about.
Okay.
Everything in this article about him being controversial is literally just because he had deadlines. Like, I mean,
yeah, there was, but
are we
was,
that
Oh,
mad?
he
he's
instituted.
been
he went
he's Jim
and made him
Lee.
write an article.
He
He's
running a
invented-
business. How dare he?
Yeah, he invented the fill-in artist. He was the guy that was like, if your regular artist can't get on it, we're gonna get somebody else to do it because the book has to come out. Which
It
is
also says that-
how they come out every
Yeah.
month now.
It also says that he was like the first one to get people like really paid, like creator royalties and stuff. So like for
Yeah, that's
reprints and stuff.
He was a
ridiculous.
big proponent of Jack Kirby getting his due from Marvel because
Yeah,
obviously
that's
he was
cool.
editor in chief. Yeah, I think he returned a lot of art to Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, he seems like he was a cool guy. I don't know, maybe he sucks, but like he sucks apparently to everyone that worked for him. But I like those books, man.
Well, he's
I like
probably
Kraven's
like a
like
strict
I like-
boss, but
yeah,
like,
I like
Anybody
Kraven's
like
Last
their
Hunt.
boss. Like,
But
really?
that's why I brought up that Bob Harris thing because that's what
Yeah.
everyone says about him as well. I'm sure a lot of people say that about like Joe Quesada as well, and also
Yeah.
who was the current dude that like went
CB
under like
Cebulski.
an alias? Yeah,
Oh, you're talking about Akira Yoshida,
Yeah,
the
sorry,
famous
Oh my God.
Japanese man, not a man
Oh,
in a
yeah.
pseudonym.
Who's not really a man.
not really.
Hunter, that is genuinely something you would do, I reckon.
What?
It just seems like
Holy
you.
cow!
Holy God, what are you showing me?
Oh, wait, what are you showing me?
You're showing me like my LinkedIn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Open your eyes.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, we have heard the rumors, Hunter.
Yeah.
I am posing as a different person at the moment, so
We know.
Who are you right now? Go. The
Riri
floor is yours.
Williams.
my Zoom name's Reverse Hunter.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna plug a new alternate identity of mine later this episode at the end. So
Oh no.
Oh, that's
Stay
exciting.
tuned.
Are we doing another Stay tuned to the end of the episode for nothing to happen.
Yeah, why did you do that
I
last
actually
week?
I just did it last week
Oh.
to maintain views. And look, we got pretty good views on the last episode.
Yeah,
So I
I
think
actually
Harper
have something
opened-
though. I actually have something.
Harper Arpent.
Harper.
Harper opened the podcast last week going, Wait till the end. There's gonna be something
Big
crazy.
announcement. Big
And
announcement.
then nothing happened.
And I didn't even make a
Warper.
joke at the end. We just ended the podcast.
We never brought it up
Oh.
again. I actually have
Oh
something
my
though. I actually do have something. So
I can't
We'll-
wait for
we'll-
us
we'll
to
get to
forget and not bring it
Um,
up.
yeah,
You-
God, please remember. Please
You
remember.
mentioned this, Hunter. I did not watch this, but there's a trailer for the Eyes of Wakanda cartoon.
Mhm.
Yes, there is. It's only like a teaser. I think it's only like 45 seconds.
What is it?
It's a
Perfect
prequel.
person to talk about this, Hunter.
Wow. Sean, I have you here for a reason. Go on, talk about it.
Did you watch it, Sean?
Because
Damn.
it did.
All right. It's like
It
30
played
seconds, I
before
say.
Ironheart, but I hate teasers at the start of Disney Plus show, so I skipped it.
You
Yes,
skipped
I-
it. Wow.
I watched it.
Oh,
What
does that
damn.
tell you,
That is
man?
a damning condemnation
it's-
on Sean Gribben's character. Sean Mick
Here-
Gribben's character.
Here's what it is. It's 4 episodes.
watching it
Comes
right
out in
now.
August, and it's just about Wakanda, but it doesn't take place today. It takes place in the past, and so it's
Yeah,
characters
I
that
would
no
hope.
one's ever really knows about. and
What
I-
episodes?
So
Why
it's a
are-
That ought to be a
Wakanda
big
for-
hit. Characters no one's ever heard of. Wow, that'd
it's
be
it's a
fun.
Yeah.
Wakanda. I would assume it's every Black Panther through the generations, right? Like
You were struggling.
I know I can't speak for some reason. Every Black
It was-
Panther through the generations. It looks like there's like pirate ships and shit. It's like that fucking Predator movie that just came out.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
animation is different from What If, like it's new for Marvel. I'm not a big fan of it, but they did make sure
Yeah,
the
it looks
first thing you
fine.
see in the teaser is like as soon as the teaser starts, it says Ryan Coogler's name. So we
Yeah,
from the
executive producer, Ryan
gotta
Coogler.
keep that sinners
Now,
energy going.
Do we know if these are going to be like shorts or are they going to be,
I think they will
animation
be.
level episodes, 20 minutes?
Oh
They
yeah,
are
because it
animation.
could no, but it could just be like
No, but you know what I mean?
Tales
Like,
of the Jedi
are we
or
getting like an
whatever.
I Am Groot where it's 5 minutes, or are we getting an actual like 4 episodes?
story.
I don't know. I guess if it's
Yeah.
four,
We
if it's
don't
4
know,
episodes,
I
they're
don't
probably
think
like what 15, 20 minutes each. That's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess.
I'm
I'm gonna
guessing
guess
20.
you're right, Tyler. I think Tyler's right. It'll be like a Tales from the Jedi sort of thing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh,
I
by the
heard-
way, we're a day ahead in Australia, so happy 4th of July to all
Oh,
my
yeah.
American
Woo-woo!
friends out there. Make sure you get your
Good job.
fireworks and your guns
and your shrimps on the Barbie.
and
I
your
wanna-
shrimps on the Barbie.
I just want to say it was a day ahead in Australia when it was Canada Day, and I told Harper, "Hey, it's Canada Day. You do anything to celebrate?" And he left me on red.
I didn't say why would I don't I
Damn.
don't even care. I don't care about
The
fucking
world
Australia
revolves
Day.
around
Why the
Hey,
fuck
I
would I
wish
give
you a
a
happy
fuck?
But
Canada
you're
Day.
shouting out the 4th of July.
Oh yeah, because
there
I'm a
actually an
patriot. I'm a
Australia
true
Day?
patriot.
I wish
course
you a
it's an
happy
Australia
Canada
Day.
Day.
Yeah, JD actually did message me happy
They
Canada.
mentioned it during the
So-
baseball game because the Yankees are playing
Is-
the Blue Jays.
Is when is Australia Day?
25th of January, I think.
January,
The
yeah,
fact that you have to think
January.
about that is a little crazy.
26th, maybe.
26th of
It's a-
January.
It's Straya Day. It's Straya Day.
It's a divisive topic in my country because half the country is like, "Woo, Australia," and the other half of the country is like, "This is celebrating that time the British came here and just slaughtered Aboriginal
January
people
26th.
en masse." So yeah,
It's not
26. Wow, I was wrong the first
That's
time.
not that different from us, really. I mean, you're saying
No, I
it's like
know.
very
Yeah, but-
divisive.
It marks
Oh,
the
no, I know, but you
1788
guys-
landing
but
of
you
the
guys are
first
true
fleet and raising of the
patriots.
Union flag.
The Union flag. Woo. Okay, cool. I don't give a fuck.
That led to Kangaroo Jack, though, so you should be thankful.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Oh, can we do another
There's-
Kangaroo
There's
Jack
a direct
episode?
correlation.
Pull up the trailer. Pull it. Pull it
There's
up.
a, I mean, it led us
It's
to,
like 1788 to Kangaroo Jack.
got us to Mad Max at least, right?
Actually, that's a great point. Actually, that's
Yeah.
a fuck.
And I
Damn it.
guess you, asshole. I guess it also led to you.
We got you. We got you.
I did hear
Chris
that,
Hemsworth.
that's true. And for
Oh,
that
he's pretty
split
good.
second in F1,
But God, I yelped.
There is a-
Was
Okay,
the-
okay.
so was
There
it
is-
actually? Was it
there is
actually him?
two frames where it is him and his brother
It's
sitting in the
literally
crowd.
like it's like a
Oh.
it's like a flash.
It's him. It's
Oh,
like
it's
for
an
real
actual-
Chris Hemsworth.
It's an actual cameo.
I saw. I
Yeah.
wasn't with anyone when I saw F1. Like I saw it alone, and when stuff that appeared, I would like grab the seats next to me, as if I was on a roller coaster, just got shot out.
When I saw F1, there was a bunch of teenagers a couple rows ahead with a speaker playing brain rot sounds, and I wanted to
God.
rip their heads off.
whole
dude.
time?
What were the sounds?
The
What were the
tung
sounds?
tung 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 tung.
Tung,
so
tung,
hard.
tung,
Inspired.
sabor.
I hate that fucking guy. There'd be like they'd play that stupid ass AI brain rot every time there was like a sad scene. They'd go no, and I'm like, it's not funny, man. I'm trying to get into this damn movie,
I fear
and
that
it's
would
like,
work on
and
me.
it's
Was
like kind
this at an
of
AMC?
funny. Yeah, this was at an AMC, dude. We have degraded ourselves to this fucking level, dude. we are
don't-
going down as a country.
How could they do that to
I
Nicole
don't like
Kidman?
going to the
That's
theater
bullshit.
anymore because every time I go, I get annoyed by something.
There's
I miss
kids-
Ballerina in theaters. It's not playing anywhere near me
Ballerina
now.
cappuccino.
And
You
that's the
gotta just
greatest
pick-
movie ever made.
That's true. It is the
Oh,
best movie ever. You just gotta
damn.
pick like the right time. I like to go early. You go early, it's just old people.
Mm.
They're not gonna.
Yeah, I'm seeing Superman
asshole
at like
children.
10:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
and I
asshole
chose that
children are
movie
not
to
waking up
see.
for that.
Hunter,
No,
I
first
pictured
set.
you seeing Chris
Yeah.
Hemsworth in the audience, like you stood up like Gus Fring before he fucking explodes.
Fuck!
You
I did hear
I went to
that.
the theater and half my face was just gone too. I don't know
Well,
how that happened.
adjusted the top.
Hunter
The whole
was.
time.
I did see it because Hunter was in the row behind the kids that were doing the brain rot sounds. I saw him
Ah, I
grab.
see.
Yeah,
He saw it.
he was
You heard me
loud, man.
Scream, yeah.
Yeah,
I was like Superman at the start of Justice League Snyder Cut. It was just the echo on my screen.
I forgot all about that.
It's because like Chris Hemsworth appeared for a second.
how could you forget that, Harper?
Oh my god!
Remember, Lex
Why would I
says they've heard it, and he meant literally. They literally heard
Tyler,
him
are you for
scream
real?
from the
a
heavens.
fucking it's a Zack Snyder Justice League movie
Your
from like
favorite
2021.
movie.
Why would I remember? It's 4 hours
guys
long.
lo-
I reckon.
Pull up that
Because-
podcast. You guys fuck. I was the only one who did not love that movie.
That's true.
JD,
Yeah.
I gave it a 7 out of 10 at the
You
time.
loved
I've
it.
Never
That's a
changed
10
it.
for
I did not
you.
love it.
That's
That is
literally a
10
10.
for me. That is
that is a
Fuck.
Harper love. Let's hear about
Here's
Harper on
a-
a grand scale.
Here's a Superman question. So I've been rewatching the original Superman movies. Do they do stuff like powers that Superman doesn't actually have, like he shoots a laser out his
Yeah.
hand kind of thing?
Cellophane.
Do you think comic book Superman could scream that loudly?
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah,
gotta
he
remember,
does
though,
it in
those-
Final
those movies
Crisis,
came
does he
out before
not?
Crisis.
If you like kick him in
Does
the
he?
balls or something.
No, but in Final Crisis, does he not win the day by singing a beautiful tune really loudly to a machine?
Oh my god, I do not remember. Final
I
Crisis.
don't remember.
Yeah, is that
I'm not even
that
going
is
to
how
put
he
my hand
wins.
that I remember that.
That is how
Don't remember.
Superman wins the day. He sings into a wish machine and
What?
wishes that they win. That's what
There's no
happens.
way.
I believe you, Tyler. I just don't remember it. It's Final
But is
Crisis.
that
I
like
don't care.
he does it as loud for the world to hear? Like they heard his scream in
No,
Atlantis.
it's the end of
Under
the
the
universe. He
ocean,
does it as loud
there's
as
no
like the
heaven.
universe to hear. It's like the most beautiful tune in existence.
There's a very mad Reddit post about this. that-
Darkseid wasn't just defeated by Superman singing. Come on, people. He
Wow.
was.
This is directed
Darkseid
at
was
Tyler.
defeated by Superman singing.
Wow.
So yes, he could
I
have
hope that
screamed
happens.
that loud.
I didn't know that. I'm sorry, Tyler. I'm a
You
fake
guys
DC
are
fan.
real Final Crisis heads like me.
It is the best Crisis, probably.
No?
What's better?
See, look, he's singing. Superman's singing right there.
Oh,
Look at his
yeah.
audio, his bubble is just
That is
song.
aggressive singing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
look at
veins
the
are
in his
popping out
neck.
of his neck.
Crazy.
Tyler, what's
Exactly.
better? What's
What?
better? What's
Then
a
Final
better
Crisis?
Yeah.
Probably.
Dark
Infinite
not
Crisis.
Infinite Earth.
Probably Infinite Crisis.
Infinite. Is it? I did not
I
like.
guess it
Infinite Crisis
depends,
at
right? Infinite
all.
is like a Marvel movie, and Final Crisis
was
is like trying to
bad,
be
yeah.
like a David Lynch nonsense.
Yeah, it's,
something.
The thing
yeah.
is, there's
I
not
did
a
not
single
like it.
good Crisis. That's the thing.
Heroes in Crisis?
Heroes in Crisis.
That's true. Death metal, idiots.
Ugh.
Like none of them are good.
Doomsday Crisis.
Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths. Remember when
That's
that
true.
came?
Don't forget
yeah, man.
Black Adam is
Orange
everyone.
Changed, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Black Adam is everyone. at the
I've
end
been
of
reading.
that.
I just bought it, but I've been reading Grant Morrison's book on superheroes, Super Gods, and like that guy, Grant Morrison has such an insane, just obviously mind in general.
Wait, is it an actual novel or like a comic?
Yeah, it's like a novel that describes. It's like about superheroes
Oh,
as
yeah,
if they
you
were
did say that.
mythology.
Cassandra Cain.
But it is like just so many crazy words and stuff, like speaking like a person doesn't speak, but like I have to read that. You know what I mean? It's like he's the
Do you think it's
Grant
part of being
Morrison's
Scottish
talking
though that
about-
like their English is just so different?
I think about that. I'm like, I gotta read this in Grant Morrison's voice. It's
With, like,
weird
the Scottish
to read.
accent? Yeah.
But there's parts where they're talking about how Superman was invented using new color techniques that no other comic strip had at the time, and how everything else is in black and white, like movies and pictures, obviously. And then Grant Morrison writes like, "Oh, it was as potent as their very dreams." Superman. I'm like, okay,
Bro,
I
put the fries in the fucking bag.
Yeah,
Holy
dude,
shit,
come
who
on,
cares?
man. But I
Like,
love
come
it.
on.
It's very
the only thing that was in color.
verbose.
Who gives? So was Garfield was in color too. Does that make it special?
Garfield is still alive today. I mean, obviously, there's something special about
Oh
Garfield.
my! He's a talking cat who hates Mondays and eats a
He
fucking
had a-
lasagna.
He's relatable. He's more
he had
relatable
a
than you
recent
or
movie.
me.
The Tale of Two Kitties.
Yeah, dude, Tale of Two Kitties is
Movie
good.
fucks.
That
movie
is a
fucks.
good movie, man. What are you talking about? Exactly. See, it took 10 seconds for you to realize actually Garfield
However,
is fucking sick as
I'm just
fuck.
saying the overall point of like, oh, it's in color, it's special. No, it's not.
And maybe at the time, I guess it was
At the
time.
time, at the time.
1938. I mean,
Okay,
it's
what about all
literally the
romance-
world is
romance movies
gray,
Stan
dude.
Lee
It's
was
the
making?
Great
Do those
Depression.
have any impact?
It's the Great Depression. Did you say was there any impact of Superman?
No, of like I know, like the romance like comics that Stan Lee was making. Like, who gives a fuck?
Millie the
were
model.
in
You're really
color.
gonna shit on Millie the model right now?
Yes,
man?
I will.
This guy, his
Name one
his
good Millie the model.
debauchery
issue. I'll wait.
knows no
I'll wait.
bounds.
Dark Side War.
Issue 54.
You got me there. All right, you got me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Crisis
Millie the
on-
Model versus Sergeant Rock is probably an all-time.
That's a
crossover.
good
Versus
one.
Predator
Oh,
versus
that's a
Freddy
good
versus
one.
Jason.
Versus Predator, yeah.
She's one of the only
Speaking
people
of
that actually like confronts Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah. It happens in Doomsday Clock. You got to read that. And it's crazy because she's a fucking Marvel character too. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
she's so big she crosses over. Yeah.
She's like a character that's in everything, you know. It's
I wish they would. It's okay. Here's a fucking. You know who they did? Who is an impact from that Stan Lee romance comic era is fucking Patsy Walker, who's Hellcat.
Yeah.
She was
Shit,
a character
that's
back
true.
then. So there you go.
Yeah.
There you
Damn,
go.
that's a good point.
Everyone's favorite character locked up in the raft in the MCU, Hellcat.
Patsy
Patsy Walker. She's in there.
Yeah,
the
really?
president.
She is.
Right.
She's in there with Thaddeus Ross and the leader.
Since when?
Since Jessica Jones, season 3.
That's
I
how
think,
Jessica
right?
Jones season 3 ends.
I did
Send
not
her to
remember
the
that
raft.
at all.
Jessica like
What?
sees her through a fence
Do
or
you
something, and they just kind of have a sad look at exchange.
That was after
you
Civil War, right?
That was
Well,
the
they have
same
to be,
year,
yeah.
maybe. I think.
Like, did she see like Captain
The
America
raft?
break the Avengers
Yeah.
out and then just leave
Did-
her in?
Yeah, did he come through the shadows doing
Yeah,
that like
I'll
little
be there.
grin, but then look over at her and go, like, not you. Like,
Yeah, not you.
Well, it was
I don't know who the
Luke
fuck
who
you
gave
are.
her the idea because Luke was like, "I sent my brother to the raft, so you
could
might
just
want to
send
do the
people
same."
to the raft.
to the
That's, if you're a superhero, it's like you get a direct line. You can send whoever you want to. My mom was kind of pissing me off today, dude. I'm gonna send her to the
Send her
raft.
to the raft.
That's what Peter's gonna do.
With the
dude.
Red Hulk.
Aunt May's being so fucking annoying. Send her to the raft. Nick Fury, can you deal with this?
Hellcats have been there almost 10 years.
Yeah,
That's fucking nuts.
It's
dude.
crazy
She
that
has to be.
Hellcat-
She
Patsy Walker predates, Spider-Man and shit, and the
Yeah.
Fantastic Four. Like
Yeah.
that's wild. Anyway, there we go. Patsy Walker, everyone's
Speaking
favorite
of
character.
crises, though, Hunter, you posted something that apparently a event was supposed to happen as foreseen in Doomsday Clock or
Oh,
whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
the
Oh
the
yeah, we
thing,
can talk
the,
about that.
what is it? What is it they say? The
Doomsday Clock.
time splitters
crisis.
erupt. Time crisis.
Here, I have the thing right here.
Would
So
that be
anyway,
a
so
fun
in,
name?
in Doomsday Clock issue 12, which came out December 2019,
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Manhattan says it's July 2nd, 2025, which was a few days ago. A
Yesterday.
crisis unlike any the metaverse has seen, one they will call Time Masters, erupts. But in the wake, Superman is revitalized, blah, blah, blah. So there's a time event happening 2 days ago or something, apparently.
Yeah,
The thing is, there is a time event happening right now in DC. Like, it's
Yeah,
being
that's
set up
true.
right now.
literally the
And it
last
has been
issue
for
of
the past
Justice
year.
League had Smart Doomsday say time is ending. So
Yeah.
Doomsday, smart
And
Doomsday.
Tuesday, it's working.
Joshua Williamson Superman's run since like issue 15 has been setting up a time event since Dan Mora
yes,
joined.
the
Being like,
world is ending or whatever.
Time
Universe is
Trapper
ending.
has been like, he's appeared like 5 times since then.
I just hate that at the end the time trapper says it's a crisis unlike any other crisis. That's literally what
Yeah,
he
shut
says.
up.
I'm like, no,
Yeah.
it's not. It's not going to be
Yeah.
though,
Superman's
unless it's
gonna have
another
to
Heroes
sing.
in Crisis or something. But I don't think so. Yeah,
But it
I
is,
mean, it's cool though. That's
like,
cool.
Yeah, like a crisis about time. That's something to roll your eyes about. But it's cool that this was like, it wasn't planned, but it seems like it's going the way that Dr. Manhattan said it would.
Yeah, I mean,
so-
do you think Secret Crisis is going to happen in 2030 or whatever?
I mean, we're getting Marvel DC crossover this year, so
He is
True.
not in Fortnite. He's in Fortnite.
Who? Smart Doomsday.
Mephisto's in Fortnite.
Mephisto's in Fortnite. Yeah, Mephisto
What?
is in
When
Fortnite.
did that happen?
I think when Doctor Doom was there.
What? Oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, they got Doctor Strange in Fortnite, dude. They got everyone in Fortnite. They put the Squid Games guys in
it's
Fortnite. Squid Games,
they
a
did.
show that is famously, anti-capitalist. They put them,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
put them
yeah.
all in Fortnite. Yeah,
Can we talk about
is-
that? A show that is anti-capitalist and then fucking just sets up a different fucking show like
I
it's an
haven't watched. I
MC.
didn't finish it yet. I'm on.
I
I'm on
don't
episode
care for
4.
it.
It done pissed me off, man.
It done pissed you off. I'm sorry, brother.
It done
I'm sorry.
pissed
I'm
me
sorry
off.
to hear this about you.
I just want to say real quick before we move on. Everyone needs to be reading Superman right now. JD, you got to read Superman.
Superman's good.
It's incredible. It's
Superman's awesome.
so good.
Superman is the best it's been in a long time.
I was 10 issues behind last week. I'm just like, I gotta catch up because the movie's coming out. I'm in a Superman mood. I caught up in like 2 days. I'm like, I was sad when I caught up because I need more. Like,
Yeah. Did you read all the
this is
spin-off stuff as
incredible.
well, like the Lois Lane issue and the
Yeah,
Lex Luthor issue?
I did. Yes.
Good stuff,
Good
right?
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
really good.
Dude, how fucking
Yo,
it's
Lois
awesome as
with
fuck.
powers is actually really, really well
She was
done.
cool.
The last issue of
Yeah.
Superman I read was Superman number 12 from March 2024. So I'm
No, come on, you got to
Yo,
get back on.
I'm
It's what-
jealous.
I think
I'm
you got,
jealous because
what,
you got
14
like
issues?
peak ahead of you.
I mean,
I
you also
would
you have to read an
only-
event. You have to read
Yeah.
what is it? House of
Power, you
Brainiac?
already read.
No, House of
Oh,
Brainiac.
House of Brainiac. Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah,
I will only read this Superman run if there's like a Doomsday in it, but he's smart.
So here's
That
the thing
would get-
about
Boy,
it.
do I have
I
good
I
news
gotta
for you.
tell you
Oh.
something.
No.
Let me tell
Like
you
you
something.
guys would all love
me
this
tell you
movie.
something.
Like, it's so good. And the next issue is the start of the next arc, which is Superman getting the Legion ring and going back to the future.
Yes,
Whoa,
the
that's a
Superman
movie.
versus
Back
the Dark
to the
Legion.
Future.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think 40 years ago today, I think, actually, literally. So there you go.
Yeah,
Shout out to
yeah,
Back to
there
the
we go.
Future.
Yeah, you made it, guys.
However, I wanted to mention real quick, you did the John Bernthal. Let me talk,
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. I
Walkers
saw
out there, they're
Jurassic
in the
World
woods.
Rebirth. I almost said Jurassic World Legacy. That's how fucking
Oh,
lame
did
the
you see the
title is.
Odyssey
It's like
trailer?
they played an Odyssey trailer. I swear to God, he
yeah.
says that in the trailer for
He
the Odyssey.
looks like that photo where he's just on the side. He's like, I'm
Yeah,
like,
no,
he's
he
gonna
just
say it.
he's
he
gonna say
literally
it.
it's Tom Holland going, I've got to find Odysseus. Where's bloody Odysseus? And
Let me
then
tell
John
you something,
Bernthal's
man.
like,
Let me tell you
who's
something.
over here has heard stories about Odysseus? Literally, like,
yeah.
they
Let me
tell
tell you
tales
something
that
about
he's a farmer.
Odysseus, man.
they tell tales
I
that
don't-
he's a pirate.
Odysseus doesn't take naps, man. That's for the birds.
yeah,
Fucking naps.
yeah.
Artemis, I'm gonna need you to keep this black coffee full.
It is
Yeah, I'm gonna
literally.
keep making as much black coffee as this place could churn out. Just keep.
I'm sure that this is going to be like a great movie. Obviously, the Odyssey, but it is weird. It's just literally Tom Holland and John Bernthal in Roman, like
I know,
old
yeah.
Roman makeup and stuff, being
People were pointing out in,
acting
like-
for fucking real.
Yeah,
Like,
people
actually
were
acting.
Instead of the fake acting that they're used to.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of superhero acting, they're fucking
I was
acting
like,
like for a real movie.
John Berthnell, he looks like a Greek person with the
Bernthal,
nose.
Bernthal.
Yeah,
Am I incorrect? But like, I mean, I've pulled this from online. This is what people were saying. But like, is Matt Damon the lead actor in this movie?
Yeah.
yeah, he's Odysseus.
Okay. All right. I don't know that I can buy
Have you not
Matt
seen
Damon.
the image of him?
Yeah, I've seen the picture of him. I just I wasn't
Got a
sure
beard.
if it was going to be like following Odysseus or his son.
I mean,
because
the
Tom
son
Holland's
is
like
Tom Holland, right? Yeah,
Yeah, that's why.
I think it's
it
gonna
goes-
be
it probably
Tom
goes
Holland,
back and
though.
forward.
I think it's going to be
I
mostly
just
Tom Holland.
that's probably the person I buy the. I don't know that I could see Matt Damon to be like, yes, like historical. Like it's just the
I mean,
most.
what about
now
fucking John
looking man.
You're just like,
dude.
wait, Matt, I thought Matt Damon was playing
Did you
the
see him in that
Cyclops.
trailer? He was about to tell me something. Like I buy that.
That's true.
The moment he
he's
comes on
relatable.
screen, he goes, "Let me tell you something."
He plays
Not
the same
changing his
character
voice,
and everything.
not
He
changing,
grounds
like,
the
his-
movie in a real world
Exactly.
realism that you really
Man,
need.
you
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I
that's it.
loved as well? There were all of these rumors before they announced that Nolan was making the fucking Odyssey as a movie. The rumors were like, he's going to make a movie where it's Tom Holland and Matt Damon as helicopter cops. And I remember like talking to my friend and be like, apparently Chris Nolan's next movie is going to be helicopter cops. And then like next week, it's like, oh no, actually it's the fucking Odyssey. It's actually, he's actually making the Odyssey.
Oh my
Stupid.
god!
Excited, man. Soups is too.
Helicopter
Soups
cops.
is, yeah, literally helicopter cops. Yeah.
Oh, what I'd give for
Um,
helicopter cops.
I know. I would love that too. I would love helicopter cops. Hunter, I wanted to ask you about this, man. How you feeling about that Street Fighter cast?
Oh my god! It's driving me insane. Why would you bring it up? It's all I
Bro,
can
and
think
you're not
about
even
for
a
2
you're not
days.
even a Street Fighter player. How do you
I
think
don't
I-
give a fuck.
I
but
wanna
every
hear.
time they announce someone, I'm like, what is happening here?
Noah Centennial, Roman Reigns,
It's
Cody
just so-
Rhodes,
it's
Jason
the word.
Momoa.
It's like they asked an Instagrammer,
Andrew
like,
Schultz.
and they asked an Instagrammer from like 2019 to cast this movie.
Yeah.
JD, it's like they went
Literally.
on like GPT and went like actors who can't act, and
They
they've
word on
just
Blur.
filled
Remember
the
like
cast
Blur
out.
Vision used to like fan cast back in the days, and it would be like the worst, like
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
AJ Appa as Wally West.
yeah, like literally that.
Exactly.
Like, there was a
It's
time.
driving
God,
me
I forgot about
insane.
KJ
Timothy
Appa
Chalamet is
existed.
like every character with dark hair.
Yeah, as he
Yeah.
should be.
Like there was a time.
Okay,
Oh my
here's the thing. I will say Ryu
Here's the
looks
thing.
pretty cool.
Andrew
Chun-
Koji is
let me tell you. Let me tell you something.
Andrew
Chun-Li
Koji's
is-
awesome. I do really like
Yeah,
him.
Chun-Li, Ryu, and there was another casting that I was like okay with.
Balrog.
Well, I guess just those two. Oh yeah, about Balrog. I think even though
What is
it's
that? That's 50 Cent.
playing,
Yeah, it's 50 Cent.
I do
dude.
think like you know what I'm okay with that. Balrog isn't supposed to be taken too seriously, so I'm okay with that. The one that bothers me the most is I don't know how to pronounce his last name. David Dasmalchian.
That's Malchin.
Dash Malian.
Yeah, poke it up,
That's
man.
Malchin. David
Why is he
Just
playing M.
Malchin?
Bison? Why is he playing M. Bison? That's so M. Bison's supposed to be like
Isn't it M.
massive.
Bison?
Yeah.
You're saying M. Bison?
Well,
Like you're
M.
like-
Bison, M. Bison.
I don't know. It sounds weird when you say things. I feel like you say so many things like weird.
That one's weird to me because he's so
Yes.
like he's a scrawny guy. He's literally playing the scrawniest character in One Piece season 2, and now he's playing
He's
one of the
playing-
biggest characters in Street Fighter history.
Hey, man,
Famous
he's
street
gonna
character,
bulk.
Confused by this.
Bison, right?
M. Bison, yeah.
Playing
Mabison.
Bison.
There's also like what's his Adam Smasher
Noah
Noah
Centennial, whatever.
playing
Fuck-
Ken,
fuck
playing the
us, fucking
second
idiot.
They're
protagonist
gonna
of
it's
Street Fighter
but they're
history.
just gonna make him like Ken from Barbie, dude. They're just gonna be like, his
But
name's
like
Ken, he's
also
stupid.
he's gonna be like the second or third best actor in that movie. Like
He's probably
best
gonna be one of the
compared to
leads,
all
too.
the other ones.
It's true.
There was okay,
Uh.
Guile. He's a character in Street
Cody
Fighter.
Rhodes.
He's American military.
He does a
can
kick.
shoot
He does that
shockwaves
kick.
from his fists.
Fourth
He does
of
the backflip.
July.
Cody Rhodes is playing him. It was rumored for
Cody
the
Rhodes can
past
do
few
that
months that it was already casted as Alan Richson.
Oh my
Reacher.
God.
Oh, yeah, Reacher,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Alan
well
Everyone's
then.
just
No,
like,
you're about to-
that's pretty good.
Never mind.
That's pretty good casting. I mean, it's a big guy. He's blonde and everything, and they're just like, hey, Cody Rhodes is playing him instead.
The American
Everyone's
Nightmare.
Why?
The
Why?
American Nightmare. It's like
Akuma?
someone hears the casting and it's like Cody Rhodes, like, and then
Who's
Tyler
that?
goes, the American,
American
Nightmare, and you're like,
Oh, shit, never
actually, yeah, shit, never mind.
Roman Reigns is
I'll
playing
do it with the other Cody
Akuma,
Rhodes.
the Japanese devil.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why? I
'Cause
mean,
they
I
hate
feel like
him
they
in
can make him
Japan?
look good still, but the same with Blanca, who is like a lab experiment where the guy becomes basically an ape. Nonverbal. This character cannot talk. Jason Momoa was playing him.
Jason Momoa, the way you describe that role sounds like it was made for Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa's
The
definitely
crazy guy who
Jason
can run
Momoa-
around like an ape.
No, I'm
Here's
going
the
to
thing,
pause. I'm going
here's
to
the thing.
say, I don't think
Like-
any character is made for Jason Momoa. I don't think
Oh,
any
Besides
Lobo?
fucking Lobo, dumbass.
Lobo.
No one likes Lobo. None of you fuckers can pretend.
That's
he
Nobody
didn't
likes
like
Lobo.
him.
That doesn't,
That's
that
my
doesn't mean
favorite
that he's.
character.
Hunter loves the main man.
Hunter loves New
yeah.
52
Stash.
Twilight Lobo.
He's been
Hey
known
guys,
to say frag.
just quick pause. Sean, which Asian Street Fighter character do you want to be in the thumbnail?
Gotta be honest, I've never played Street Fighter and I know none of the characters.
Chun Li.
You're an invaluable member of this podcast, Sean, and we're glad you're here. Awesome.
You know
Let's
what,
keep
Sean?
going.
You actually look like a Street Fighter character.
Oh, here we
You look
go.
up.
I'm
You look
waiting
like
for this to be really offensive.
This is gonna be bad. Hey, sorry
No,
guys in advance. for
okay.
this episode.
I won't
Look
show
up
it. You can
Riri
look it up if you want.
Williams.
You can look up if you want. You look a lot like Dalsum. Or
It looks like-
DHA.
Oh my
He looks like a
God.
Dawson's
Street Fighter
Creek, what?
character.
Dalsum. Dalsum, who I do know who Dalsum is. And he's not going to
Specifically
beat
Street
Reed
Fighter
Richards
6
either.
dolls.
Yeah,
Yes, that's what Sean reminds me of a
That's
little
so
bit.
much worse.
that's Dalsum.
Actually, the longer I look at it, that is that motherfucker. That is Sean.
That's true. Yeah, that's
literally-
that is pretty good. He's another stretchy fuck,
He's
isn't
Street
he?
Fighter's Indian rep.
He's another
Dude,
stretcher.
yeah,
He
no.
has stretchy arms, and he shoots fire from his mouth.
He's not beating
I
Reed
think-
Richards either. I don't care either. I don't
No,
care
he's
what
not.
you say,
He's
man.
not. He's not. No,
Neither's
I agree.
Luffy.
He's not.
I think I think I have
Well,
a
like,
real visceral, like, angry reaction towards stretchy powers. Every time I've
What?
noticed it only recently
Ang-
because of
Elastigirl?
Fantastic Four
an
movie coming.
angry reaction
Elastigirl?
to
Every
stretchy
time I
powers?
see a picture of Reed Richards, like with his arms crossed, but his arms are curled around, or he's stretched out in a weird way,
Yeah.
I want him taken out. I want him done.
You know what? I agree with you. It's kind
I
of
don't
like
Taken out
like
is
it.
crazy.
it's kind of like he's showing off every time he uses his powers. Like,
I
fuck you,
just
dude.
he's
Your
a
name
freak.
is
Like, I
already
know
Mr.
mutants are the freaks in the
Fantastic.
Marvel universe, but
Yeah.
every time Reed is stretching, I'm like, that's the freak. That's get him.
Yeah, because
Pitchforks,
I think
torches.
because he's like, he's so fucking up his own ass, man. He's Mr.
He's Mr.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. He named himself that.
And he's no like the thing in Mr. Fantastic are similar levels of freak. It's just one can look normal
Visibly
sometimes.
be-
Yeah,
I hate that
when-
image
when
where
he's
he's crossing
stretching-
his arms and doing this at the same
Yeah,
time.
I hate that. I hate it. It
hate
makes
it.
me mad.
I also hate that. Why
It's
would
like
he
one
do
of
that
those
that?
in Street
iconic
Fighter.
images,
Put
though.
that in Street Fighter.
Do you
Make him
like-
the angriest person on
In the
earth.
modern run, like the Ryan North run, he uses his stretchy powers
Oh,
in
it's
so many
weird.
many
With his
weird
head,
ways.
right?
Like
Then when he
there's
does
one
the
where
eyes,
he does the
Yeah.
eyes like binoculars.
Oh.
There's one where he's fighting Doc Ock and he like splits his fingers into more hands so that he's
that's
got a
right.
bunch of
Yes, I'm seeing
100
that.
different
Yeah.
hands to
Nah.
fight
Yeah,
Doc
that's
Ock.
how his powers work. Is it? But I guess it is
think-
now.
I mean,
Like,
yeah, I guess why not? Like, you just have to think
Like,
of a
he-
weird way it could work, and then that's how it works now. He turns
He's
into a
more
teapot
like-
in the Lego game.
Yes, he
Yeah,
does.
he does. He's
That's
more
right.
like Play-Doh than rubber.
Yeah.
Like he
I
can
mean,
like
he-
make holes in his body.
I
He
was gonna say
in that
Plastic
run,
Man's the one that should be able to just be anything.
there's
Because
Yeah,
a point
he
in
always
that
has
run
one.
where Reed literally stretches through space and time.
Yeah.
So
okay,
it-
I
And
kinda
it's because like
that.
yeah.
they
That's
describe it
hilarious.
like he makes a shape that's like uncomprehendable to like mankind.
exactly. He could
Like
just
he
do
gets like
anything.
three
The shape
heads
is
and he
flat.
Yeah, it's
I like in the
crazy.
movie
Actually.
in the movie when he stretches around all the girls and he like pulls them in. That was pretty.
And he pulls him in.
That was pretty bad, and he does a big
was pretty
stretch
bad.
up into the
And
camera.
then I like when he's shaving. He has the place is already shaved, but he still stretches his face.
Oh,
He's
I
already
hate
bald
that.
there,
No.
but he still shaves
Ugh.
his face.
No, I don't like that he can just pull it down. I don't like
Don't you
it. It
wish
makes
you
me
could do that
sick.
while
It
you
makes
were
Do
me
you
shaving?
like-
ill.
Do you like the part in that movie, in the first movie,
This
where
is the shape that he does.
that is yeah in the Ryan
I mean,
North
the
run.
Empire
Pentagram?
logo?
What is he doing? He looks like
Listen,
the
it's
devil,
pretty
dude.
fucking
It's-
awesome.
it's
I
the
do
Empire
Like,
like.
logo
look,
from
he's
Star
got like
Wars.
multiple heads.
There's a part I love it. Ryan North's run. Arguably, honestly, this is a real like argument you can make. Might be the best Fantastic Four run literally ever. But
Bro, he's in a sweater vest. He's not even in
Yeah, I
his
know, he's literally-
stretchy
yeah.
suit.
there's a part, issue 2, I think, where he sees a skeleton and he's like trying to a skeleton inside of a Doombot or something. And so he's
Oh,
trying to
yeah.
see anything about the skeleton. So he moves his eyeball to his fingers and then stretches his hand through the skeleton.
I
I
don't like it.
loved it. So
Alright, no,
weird.
this is bad.
So fucking
You
weird. I
gotta, you
love
gotta
it.
think like, does Susan ever like reconsider her life seeing him do that?
No, that's the best power for him to have for Sue.
Putting his
Why,
eye on
Tyler?
his
Go in
hand?
depth, please.
We all know why. Why are we acting quiet? We're fucking adults here. What are we talking about? Why
They
we all
literally
go
talk
quiet?
about
Like
Pedro
it's like
Pascal
school,
did an
like we're in
interview with
kindergarten.
Jimmy, Kimmel or Fallon, one of them, where he talks about this.
One of the
Yeah, sure.
Jimmys.
One of the
I don't know, they're both
Jimmys.
fucking useless, but
Yeah,
he
Jimmy
talks about it
Mikes.
with one of them.
Yeah. Jimmy Johns.
Fucking useless.
But yeah, Street Fighter casting, boo, boo. I don't want this movie.
Street
I'm
Fighter.
a
It makes
fan
me
of this
angry, like,
franchise. but
I'm so weirdly invested in how much it's annoying me, Hunter. Like, I'll actually be able to talk to you because you'll be like, "Yo, did you see this?" And
Are you
I'll
gonna
be
see
like,
it?
What the fuck are they doing? I
Who's-
might for this.
Who's
podcast.
directing it? It's a director that made a movie, one movie.
George
maybe that
Lucas.
Somebody's. Oh my god.
Well,
Oh
it
my
was
God.
it was the two guys that may talk to me, but then they quit because of the creative differences.
Racka guys. Yeah. Street Fighter.
It was going to be an Australian movie, Harper.
Yep.
Word.
They would have cast
Okay,
you.
the thing, right? Sorry, I was going to say the thing about Jason Momoa
The thing
playing
is-
Blanca.
Oh
is
my god!
He's one
for
of the.
fuck's sake.
I believe Jason Momoa is one of the
Sakurai.
executive producers on this movie, which means he's probably
Yeah.
going to be one of the leads of this movie, which means he's going to have dialogue, and he's supposed to be a big green guy with orange hair. That's his whole thing. That's what he says.
He could do that though. Kitao Sakurai, that's the guy that's directing this movie. He is known for directing the 2021 Netflix film Bad Trip. The film follows two best friends who take a road trip from Florida to New York. Okay, great. It's Eric Andre. All right. I mean, I'm sure it's got good reviews. I'm sure the Street Fighter movie will be pretty bad, but like I'm sure it'll be fun.
I'm ready to
Yeah,
see
I
Cody
mean,
Rhodes deliver a Crossroads to Noah Centineo.
That's a reason to, dude. They could do the Cody
that's
Roman. They
hilarious,
could do
though.
Cody Roman 3 in that fucking movie, man. There we go.
Noah's playing Ken, who's like a cooler character, unfortunately. I don't know. I'm nervous.
You
I'll
lost.
see it.
How does
I
it
did
feel?
lose, yeah.
How does that? Because you've won pretty well. I
Basically,
think like
yeah,
Sonic,
yeah,
you
they
won
got
pretty well.
Sonic, yeah.
You know, I don't know.
I know it's
Other
more
stuff
your
you
thing.
like.
I know it's more your thing, but I'm also a big Superman fan, so
Yeah.
I'm this
But
just
this
I
is
don't
it.
know.
This
This
is another
sucks.
thing that you like, right? Because they'll
This is
never.
the
When
thing
was the
that I
last
like.
Street Fighter movie they made? It was in the 90s.
1994.
90s, yeah.
Was it 1994?
It might have been, I don't know.
All right.
I'm telling you.
Also a bad movie.
What if they do Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat the movie?
I don't want that. I don't like Mortal Kombat.
LA Knight
what
will be
about-
playing Johnny Cage.
There we go.
Uh,
How about this? What if they
it'll
do?
be that kind of casting.
What if they do Alien versus Predator?
And they're
I
all
don't like that.
I like that.
I don't
think
like
that's pretty
that.
good.
I
Oh,
just
you don't-
sound.
what
I
do
just
you
think that
mean you
sounds.
don't like
I just think
that
that sounds like some corporate bullshit to me, man. How would you ever cross those franchises over? That's like crossing over
Harper,
Batman and Superman.
Antarctica.
hold on to your chair for this. Kong
Okay. Yeah.
versus the Green Hornet.
He's holding
I'm
on to
still
that chair.
holding. I'm fucking holding it on, but like it's
I try to
proved
think
be
of
useless.
something green, you know.
Green Hornet.
Why did you think of some? Why
Played
something
by
green?
Seth Rogen.
They got to do that. They
Yeah.
got to make
I guess
it
he's not. Godzilla's green. Yeah, he's green.
in
Is he?
cartoons. In some cartoons, right? He's green in some.
what
cartoons.
color is
yeah, like
Godzilla?
a beige
black,
green.
brown?
Yeah,
Not
like
brown. Like
gray.
gray. He's like gray.
Gray, yeah.
Yeah, I guess he's gray. Okay, I thought he was green in my head, but I was thinking.
But there are
maybe like
cartoon
I was
versions
looking.
of
I was thinking
Godzilla.
like a PNG vector of Godzilla.
Are there not versions of Godzilla that are green, like the one where he's got that kid named
Absolutely,
Godzuki?
yeah. Yeah, like cartoony movie ones that like like a
Like
dark,
if someone's
like a
like,
woody
no,
kind of
no,
green.
don't be specific. What color is Godzilla? What do you say?
Gray.
I would
He's
say
gray.
like dark green.
Dark
What are you-
green.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's grey.
That's the
The man is
Godzilla in
gray.
your head. That's your Godzilla.
Yeah, he's dark green and he's
Yeah.
got baby blue eyes.
So what color is Kong then?
Blue.
Blue. Okay. So we're going all over the place with this.
Why are you blue?
This is a
So
this is a
Hunter's
new,
colorblind. Got it.
it's a new
I am
reboot of the
addressing green.
franchise.
I
Except
think he
this
is.
time
Yeah,
it's a reboot. Except this time Kong is blue and Godzilla's dark green. That's the only difference.
No, Godzilla becomes blue. He goes Super Saiyan blue at some point.
Oh, I see. They can call it that. Yeah, blue Kong versus green Godzilla.
I mean, they're changing up the atomic breath on Godzilla every so often. So
Wait, you're saying they made King Kong's hair blue? Ugh, another woke propaganda movie from Hollywood.
it's just
God.
a streak, though. It's just a
They
streak.
turned Kong woke.
Be surprised.
Man.
Turned Kong woke.
They taught him sign language in the last movie. I thought that was a bit far.
He also like threw a little monkey around the place.
He did
Oh
use
my God,
another
I
monkey,
love how
a
much he
monkey
translates
as
that little
a
monkey did.
a weapon.
As a
You know,
weapon,
while we're
yeah.
talking about nonsense bullshit movies that we're gonna hate, like Street Fighter,
Superman.
this is a joke. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Superman now. This is a joke, but I want to mention because we did mention it. The weird way that Vin Diesel announced how they're doing the next Fast
Oh,
and Furious movie.
yeah.
Where
Oh,
was
buddy.
he?
I don't
Was
know.
this at a convention or
So
was he
Vin
just
Diesel
like in
walks out
traffic?
onto a stage. He looks not good. He doesn't look great. And he says, "We're making." His shirt, by the way, says "Fast X Part 2." So Fast 10 2. And then, which is kind of like with 3 getting 2. And then he walks out and he goes, "We're gonna, Fast and Furious. The next one, the last one is gonna get to you in
You could do a
2027.
better impression than that.
Hey guys,
It's
Paul
gonna
Walker's
come to you
back
in
from the dead.
2027, and I think that you gotta know we gotta share the love. We're bringing
That's
back
good.
Paul Walker." He said they're bringing back Brian, the character, but
Yeah.
that character will return.
Your
They will
favorite
reunite.
character, Paul Walker, who apparently had multiple
Well,
alleged relationships with 16-year-olds. You all love him. You all love
Also,
That's your
That's
favorite
what you know him
character.
for.
passed away too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, well, you can be
Yeah,
dead
yeah.
and a pedophile. I'm
I
just
love
saying.
I love Paul Walker in Fast and Furious 16. To learn more, Google Paul Walker 16.
Oh, no.
But
That's good
he
stuff.
specifically
That's
said like,
good,
I just
Jamie.
had he's like, I just got out of a meeting with Universal, and they told me that they want Fast and Furious X2 to release in 2027. I said only from 3 conditions. Is he
And
the
then
one
one of the-
making the
but
shots?
How are
Yeah,
they
yeah.
going? How are they going to do this?
AI.
Is it
I
see,
think
AI.
I could be wrong
like a
about
deep
this,
fake?
right?
Like a deep
AI.
Probably, yeah. I'm
Remember the
pretty
whole movie's
sure.
AI?
I could be very
Might as
wrong.
well
So
be at this point.
It'll
audience,
still make
correct
$1
me if
billion
I'm wrong.
overseas.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
fuck
sure he
yeah,
said
well.
on 3 reasons. The first reason being it goes back to street racing. The second reason
Yes.
being it goes back to the streets. And
Oh.
the first reason being Paul Walker
Does he
returns.
go back to street racing?
Yeah, what was the
He
last
said,
one?
like,
They went to
reason
space.
1 and 2 were
The
were
last
street
movie
racing.
ends with like a plane crash and like I don't know, some dam is about to blow
my
up.
God, yeah, dude. The last movie ends
How are
with
they going
Dom
back to
and
street
his
racing?
son at the bottom of a dam that gets blown up by Jason Momoa.
That's right.
And
And they
then it
haven't done
just
anything yet.
ends.
And John Cena gets blown up.
And John
That's
Cena gets
right.
blown up, and every
Wasn't it
other character
revealed
that
that like
wasn't
Gal
blown up
Gadot was
there.
arrived?
What'd you say?
Alive? Wasn't it like Gal Gadot was suddenly alive too?
Yeah, she was alive.
Yes, she suddenly was
comes out
alive
of
in a submarine.
Kal-El, no.
She did do that. Oh my God, that did happen. Oh my God.
Damn.
Oh my
Walker's gonna be
God.
alive.
That I
He'll
would have
tell you all
never
about it when he
remembered
sees
that.
you again.
Like when the trailer for the new Fast and Furious movie would come out in 2 years, I would have seen her show up and been like, "What?"
No, bro,
But she's literally in
out
that movie.
in 2 years. It's out in
That's
2 years
true.
to like today. Pretty
A
much.
year then, I guess, when the trailer comes out or whatever. But
Which
yeah,
was they
Tyler,
gotta start
I had
filming
that
like
exact-
immediately.
I had that exact scenario when I was showing my girlfriend The Boys because, like, Jensen Ackles fucking blows himself up at the end of
Yeah.
season 3, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I can't wait to we'll get through season 4, and then we'll get that scene at the end where Homelander sees, Jensen Ackles in the fucking pod, and it's like he's alive." I didn't realize they revealed that he's in that pod in that same episode. Like, we got
Yeah.
to the end of that episode, he's just there, and I went, "Oh, like, what's the fucking point of watching the 4th season? Then it's the only thing that happened." Like,
yeah. God, the
Boys.
boys.
Bad-
They finished
bad
filming,
show.
didn't they? Did they not just
Yeah,
finish
they
filming the
finished
boys
filming
season
season 5.
5? So that's it.
Last season.
Is
And
The
they took
Boys-
down the set, which was sad.
Yeah,
Well,
I guess
obviously, they're not gonna keep
I
it up
hate when
forever.
sets
Were
get
they not
destroyed at
supposed
the end
to?
of shows.
it is sad.
Were
I
they
like
could've
that
donated
Sean
Did you-
thinks that every set that's built never goes
It's
away.
still
It's
there.
just running
I
out
know.
of space.
You wanted the
constantly.
big mural for yourself of all the set members.
Yeah.
Sean
No.
puts it in his
Did you-
room.
I did notice though that for season 5 they changed the
It's a
mural
picture
to
of just
be
Homelander.
Homelander.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of funny.
I can't. I'm really genuinely looking forward to seeing that guy fucking die.
Oh, I hope so, man. I
I
hope
need Homelander.
they don't.
dead.
I really hope that they don't fucking pussy out of this and make
Yeah.
it like some dark, grim, nothing ever mattered. Homelander wins ending. You know,
I don't think
because
they will. I don't.
No,
think
they
I
would
hope
not
they.
do
I don't
that.
think they will either. But I feel like that's a possibility. I mean, it is the boys after all, right? Like, I don't know.
I don't think it will because that was the end of last season. It was just like,
Yeah.
oh, they all suck.
It has to
Yeah, the
end
season
on a
before that,
good
too.
note, right? Like they have to literally
Yeah, it's
all
true.
get at least 2 punches in on Homelander before someone
I
kills him,
mean,
right?
the comics
they are
don't
not
end
do-
on the best note.
Well, you've read
No,
the
they
comics,
don't.
right? Yeah.
But
They-
like,
yeah.
they're never gonna top that fight in Herogasm where it was
Yeah, no, I know.
fucking Soldier Boy and Carl Billy
You're just
Butcher.
watching
and-
fucking
that was
knockoff.
like- oh my god.
Oi.
Oi. Homelander done nicked me wife and took me bloody son.
Homelander.
Homelander.
I'm playing Johnny
Homelander.
Cage now.
I'm
Call
playing
back.
Johnny Cage. I've slipped
That's
into
also
my-
a weird casting
I'm
for a
playing
fighting
Johnny
game.
Cage.
Shao Kahn is the scariest man I've ever seen.
I'm fried.
Oh,
That
man.
picture of Alfred crying where it says Bane is the scariest guy I've ever seen in my life. I
Oh
saw
my god, I
that.
love it.
I saw that picture on like a ski trip and I was laughing so hard I almost threw up.
Bane is the scariest looking guy I've ever seen.
He's the scariest looking man I've ever seen. Every time I see it,
It's crying. I'm trying to do it again. Here we go.
last week year and a half.
I really do love that picture too. Who wrote that? What a dumb fucking
Can
joke.
that be on the thumbnail today?
Bane is the scariest guy I've ever seen.
I just really hope that The Boys season 5 sticks to landing. I
Yes,
hope
me
it doesn't go the Game of Thrones route.
Me too. Yes.
And Sheeran cameos is like, oh no,
Oh, great.
No.
here we go.
Oh, man. Bane is the scariest guy I've ever seen in my life.
I'm fucking crying. Like, I've got tears going.
He's crying.
So when I first saw that image, it was like one of those things where every time I thought about it, I start crying, laughing again for like 2 hours. Like,
I just love the idea that that's why he would quit in the movie. He quits because Bruce is like emotionally distant and doesn't care about him anymore and doesn't care about himself and whatnot. But the idea that Alfred,
one time, and
yeah, he's like,
oh my
that,
God.
I'm not fucking with that, dude. No fucking way.
Also,
Sign
like-
me the fuck out.
Objectively speaking, in that universe where you've seen like Scarecrow, very scary mask, and Joker, the
Yeah.
guy Bane, he's just got a fucking crab on his face. Like that's not that
Maybe
scary.
Scarecrow,
but he's
Scarecrow would
big.
be way scarier.
He's 5'10".
man.
No,
You've never
it's
seen
Tom Hardy.
Matrix.
That's true. You've never seen what we saw. You don't know what those warlords in Burma were like or whatever. Maybe those were some scary
Burma.
guys before Bane.
I'm fucking thinking about it.
I think Maggie Gyllenhaal is more scary looking than Bane, to be honest.
Perhaps. I think the Joker's kind of scary looking, to be honest. I mean, Joker's kind of weird. He's got scars and shit.
That'd be
He's my-
Bruce's response to
Yeah.
Alfred.
Actually, I think
Are you
Joker's
sure?
pretty fucking scary, man. You think Bane is scary? I thought Joker was pretty
Alfred's
scary.
in tears over this.
Yeah.
He's like bawling. He's like on the ground in the fetal
He's inconsolable. Yeah, like we're not gonna win this fight. And Bruce is like, hey, man, I thought Joker was pretty scary, to be fair. So stupid. You know who's scary? Harvey Dent was fucking scary when half his face got melted
Good
off.
point. It's a good point.
So
Oh,
maybe
going around like flipping the coin.
yeah, exactly.
Hey,
That was
Jimmy.
scary.
He's so
Nails
good
die.
though.
did
Especially
I'm
that
afraid of
car, the car scene where he's like,
yeah.
he's not lucky though. Who?
Seatbelt.
Your driver.
Yeah.
So good.
I was actually
Oh my
God, The Dark Knight.
God.
I watched a video where they described the ending to The Dark Knight, just like tangentially to what they were talking about, and I was like, dude, like the fucking movie ends. It's when Batman's got to give up his fucking reputation to
it's the
defend
best,
like
dude.
good,
Yeah.
like the idea
Big.
that people can
And
still
you guys
be
think
good
the
and
Batman
God.
is better is
Oh,
insane. That's
oh
an
my
insane
God.
thought to say the Batman is better.
It is a better
still think
movie.
of
The
it. I
Batman
think
is a
the
better
Batman-
movie,
Ooh,
but
tomato.
Oh yeah, you have all these great villains, and you have the Riddler going on a
Tomato,
live stream.
tomato,
Like,
tomato,
hey
tomato,
guys,
tomato.
yeah, I like when the Riddler blows up.
I like when Riddler
the
starts
seawall.
crying and says no. Yeah.
no,
I like that too, man.
This is how it was supposed to go.
Ooh.
I love it.
Oh, is that news? Was that this week that the Batman 2 script is done?
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
Yeah.
Gee, thank you. This is why you're here, Sean.
This is
Thank
why
you.
Oh my
Thank
God!
you,
Yeah.
Riri
Well,
Gribbon.
Well, usually
is
when
it-
I listen to these
is it a
episodes
say?
back, you say something in news. I'm like, that was this past week. I thought that was like 4 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
dude, Matt
Yeah,
Reeves and Matt Tomlinson. I guess they finished the script of the Batman Part 2
Finally,
3
like
years
officially,
later.
they did a
Yes.
photo shoot over it.
Yeah, no, it was like someone pointed out that the reveal that they had finished the script for Batman 2 was more popular than Ironheart.
What if it like?
Which, to be
genuinely-
fair,
what
it
if
is
we-
Yeah.
fucking Batman.
Oh.
It is Batman,
Yeah.
but
Oh.
still,
But
if we
just
go
a black
through
and
all
white
of
photo
this-
of a script on a table.
yeah,
Gets
of an
more views.
unfocused. Nothing
like,
in the
geez,
screen is
finally.
is focused. Yeah, except the bat symbol. Looks.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
I'm excited. Obviously, we're excited. I mean,
Production team does get busy now.
yeah, I think one thing about this movie is that even through the delays and the uncertainty of what's going to happen with this universe and this character and everything, I think that this movie has so much hype into it that when it comes out, it's going to feel like a fucking event. It's going to be huge. I think Batman Part 2. Everyone
Bigger than
wants Batman
Superman?
Part 2. I think probably bigger than Superman, right? I mean,
Okay.
everyone liked Robert Pattinson, and people have waited 5 years for that. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. I know Superman has a lot of excitement around it right now, especially with
Yeah.
the week out.
I think Batman Part 2 will probably make more than Superman. I mean, we're talking about how much money movies are
Yeah,
gonna make this
no,
far
I agree.
out, but
agree.
I think Batman Part 2 has like $1 billion hype behind it.
I
Yeah,
agree.
Hunter.
Because
I
of the
think you
penguin.
actually you sort of
Because of the
ended up
penguin,
being
yeah.
right about like Superman
Ahsoka?
marketing.
Oh.
Like, Ahsoka might no like you remember you were like, when are they gonna start marketing and blah blah, and like
Yeah.
they
It's
did, they kicked it into gear.
everywhere.
I feel like maybe it's everywhere in America. It is not everywhere here, dude. It's like
Dude.
nowhere.
Oh, it's
James-
everywhere online.
I
at least.
can't
Yeah, oh,
escape
yeah.
it anywhere. And it's
Like
like
I haven't seen it in person,
There's,
but
like, you
everywhere
know,
No,
online.
not at all. Or like,
At the
I don't get
AMC,
ads for it. I don't see anything outside of like the stuff that we share. Like,
I get a lot of ads out of it, man.
I
At
get
the
a lot of
AMC,
ads.
I think it's every AMC in the US right now. All the employees are wearing Superman shirts. Like 2 weeks out
Wow.
before the movie came out, all of the employees are
Wow,
wearing
that's
Superman
cool.
shirts. Yeah. Wow,
You
that's
sounded more
cool.
uninterested saying that, Hunter. You're like,
Wow, that's
I
really
I want
cool.
one.
Tyler, you were
Anyway,
really excited that they're crossing over with Love Island or
They're crossing over
something?
with. I was about to mention this. James Gunn goes on. He goes, "Love Island fans, we have a Superman themed challenge on this show coming out." And I'm like, what a fucking weird crossover! It's invading everything. Like, and then there's photo shoots of them with like AEW wrestlers and stuff. I'm like, dude, this Superman is every fucking where in this country.
well, they're
right
doing
now.
like the cast with David, Lois, and Lex. I said one person's casting the other character names for some
Yeah,
reason.
Superman, Lois, and Lex.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
doing
even
like
Lois
they're doing
and
like
Lex.
trends now on Instagram, like on
Yeah, they're
Reels and
doing like
everything. They're doing
TikToks and shit. They're doing like
Yes.
they're doing like a series of TikToks where like somebody needs like, oh, I can really go for some tea, and then David shows up with a cup of tea.
yeah,
or like
it's
Mike,
soups.
yeah, and it's oh,
The
God.
Soups is in like 7 of them too.
Yeah, dude.
What are we
How?
doing?
Like how did he become the one? Like it's
He
astounding.
called
'Cause
himself
he
Soups.
did TikTok in 2019,
It's
Yeah.
astounding.
and we didn't. We were posting Instagram facts.
Fuck.
The digital
Literally,
Flash could
it could have been us, man.
yeah, yeah. We
You guys
really
went to
messed up on that.
SoundCloud to get your views.
Was it pre TikTok? TikTok had existed then, right?
Yeah, Soups was like around when it first started,
That fucker.
and yeah, we
And
messed
it's
up.
like the.
We were
I think
JD.
that's
Did you listen
the
to last
last
week's
thing on the
podcast?
planet I would want to be.
We talked about Black Adam killing Soups.
You said
You
that.
talked about it.
Yeah, you
No,
did, and
no.
also the comments,
Based,
the
holy
comments
based, I'll back
supported
you
you. The
up.
comments were like,
liked it,
more
hell, I
Soups
loved
hate,
it.
please.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? There was a comment last week. I want to address this because it kind of annoyed me. I'm
Whoa.
sorry, Mister. I forget your name, but it said
Ronald
that
McDonald.
Harper. It said that it was thanking you for being skeptical of the new Superman movie, and I'm like, why are we thanking him for this?
Because
We're
it's like-
excited. This
But
motherfucker
yeah, we
goes on the
are, but-
podcast. Listen to me, motherfucker. You go on the podcast every week,
no,
and you're like,
no,
"This movie looks
no.
like dog shit. I hate this."
No.
And then you guys can back this up every day in the fucking group chat. This guy will send something and go,
Yeah,
"My
I
God, maybe
said
the
I'm
world is what. Maybe Superman really. We need him
Okay.
right now.
No,
Like,
no.
maybe this
hang
is
on.
going to be
I
the
said
greatest
that to you
movie
when
ever."
I was very, very drunk.
You've
to
done
be
it
fair.
multiple times. You
Yeah,
have done it
because when I
multiple
drink, I
times.
feel hope in my heart. No, but like
Mom and Dad are fighting.
Tyler, I've said visually it looks like dog shit, which it still does to me.
The 0.5
I-
camp.
I
Hey, wait,
also
hey buddy,
am getting,
eyes up here.
I'm getting interested. I am kind of excited
me
to see,
back.
like I'm almost like cautiously excited. Like,
But
man,
what
what
was
if
this?
it
No
is
Way
great?
Home?
What was
But
this
also,
thing
like,
you were
why
sending
is-
the other day where it's like you're worried it's going to be a big movie?
No, it wasn't that. It was someone said this is going to be the most talked about movie of the decade, and I went, can
Hunter
people like
said
just
that.
not talk in
I said that,
fucking this
yeah.
hyperbolic
Oh,
like
I thought
bullshit
you.
where best since the Dark Knight or best fucking Star
No,
Wars
it's not since
Empire.
the Dark
Like,
Knight.
I hate that.
No,
No, but I hate
I'm
that
saying from
shit.
2020 on.
It's so
But then
silly.
you did remind me Barbenheimer. I'm like, oh yeah. Never
Well, you
mind.
were
No, it's
saying
just-
it's the
it's just
biggest
like, can
movie
we-
of the decade so far. That was what you were saying, Hunter.
I thought that, but then Harper mentioned Barbie, and I was like, oh.
I
never mind,
think
no,
we were
Barbie
saying, but
is
I
more.
think it's the most consequential like superhero movie.
I
in a
don't.
long
yeah,
time.
I agree with that. That's not
Yeah.
the problem.
Since
Like,
No
my
Way
problem
Home,
was just
I guess.
it was just when
I
people
don't know. It
like,
feels more consequential than No Way Home. Like No Way Home
I
is
think so, too.
guaranteed.
people go to these screenings and they come out and they say it's the best movie ever made, and then these movies come out and they're like the Suicide Squad, and we're like, okay,
It's gonna be good. I
it's-
really don't
that's
know why this
most
one won't be
people, yeah.
good.
No,
Like,
but like
Harper,
I'm not
or
saying it
great,
won't be good.
or
I
really
just it was just like the people going like so fucking like insane that it's the best movie of
Well,
the
I hope it
decade,
is. I
and,
hope
like,
that's what everyone says.
I
I'll
think
live
that's
with
just-
that. I'll be
Tyler,
so happy if it's on my
genuinely,
side.
if it is, I'll be happy. Like I'm not against it, but like, isn't it a good thing on this podcast that we can have you incredibly excited and like you said, like you don't care about being biased, and I think that's a good thing. There's me on the other side. I don't care about Superman as much.
I can't.
If I'm gonna go in and see it, if the movie's good, I'm gonna come on here and go, fuck yeah, cool movie. If it's mid, I'm gonna say it's mid.
Yeah,
like,
I can't believe that it really comes out. Like, I'll have seen it in a week from now.
That's what I mean. I'm excited to go to the movies and see it. Like, the motivation.
Isn't it crazy though? Like, isn't it crazy that's actually like there's a Superman movie out next week in movie theaters?
Yeah. It's exciting, man. I want to hear from Sean and JD. What are you guys' thoughts on Superman? Because I don't actually know anything about what you guys think of this movie.
Watched like one trailer and like it is what it is. I'll be surprised when we get to the theater. Like I feel like Tyler's consumed every single second.
I'm really trying not to, but
I've
feel
done that with other movies before
Yeah.
and like ended up not liking it because
I feel like they're releasing a lot of footage that I'm like, okay, I don't want
They're
to
starting
see
to.
all
Yeah.
I have
of
a
this
feeling-
footage. Yeah.
I have a feeling I'll be going into it like with you, the three of you, texting like 10 out of 10, like greatest movie ever made, and I'll like go and I'll be like, it was good.
I mean, that is how it goes, isn't
It
it?
was all right.
7. It tends to be
I'm
like
seeing
that.
it Tuesday.
I know Tyler's gonna say it's 10 out of 10 regardless.
I
so-
really hope I don't say that because I
will.
really do hope it is a 10 out of 10. Like, that's the thing. I'm like, what if I see this movie and it like really is as good as I think it is? Because like if I say it's a 10 out of 10, then everyone's gonna think I'm like super biased. But like, what if it really is a 10 out of 10?
It's okay to be
it could
biased
be.
here, man. It's
I
okay
just
to be
like-
biased.
This is gonna sound so like antithetical to the fact that we do a comic book podcast, but when I saw
And
someone
we review
say,
movies.
I saw someone say it'll be the most talked about movie of the decade. I was like, it's a cape shit movie. It
is a cape shit.
It's a CGI
But you
punching movie.
know
Like, it's not
how
gonna, like, come
you
on.
understand
But
why this one is different and bigger.
Oh no,
though.
I do, and I also love that shit. And I still was just like, come on,
Yeah.
it's a superhero
It's
movie.
fucking
Come on,
cape
guys,
shit,
what are we
dude.
talking about? As if I don't love superhero movies, but like,
Yeah.
I just no, come on.
JD, are
I-
you seeing it next week?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming we're recording the podcast
Later?
Saturday?
Friday.
I'm gonna
Saturday.
try to have seen it a couple of times
Saturday.
before we.
Saturday.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Yeah,
I'm gonna try to see it a couple
days
times before we review it on the podcast, just so I can have like a fully unbiased thoughts about
Well,
it.
let's
But-
do
No, what are you
Saturday,
doing?
Sunday, yeah.
Unbiased?
No, but I could try
There
it.
is
You know,
no
the
such thing.
first viewing and the second viewing are different. You know what I mean? I can
I
can
know
see
what
it
you
for what
mean,
it is.
But I don't think if you come out of that movie, you go, that's the best movie ever made, that you're going to go in the second time, come out and be like, I actually had some
It
criticism.
was-
No,
it
you're
was-
not.
It was a 7 and not a.
You are going to grab the
7.5.
chairs on either side of you in the cinema and explode like Hunter did
And
when
scream
Chris Hemsworth
Shazam,
showed up.
yeah.
Like, that's it.
What if Chris Hemsworth is in this?
Oh my
For a
God,
split second.
as Thor. That'd be something.
No, just Chris
Crossovers.
Hemsworth.
I think it's interesting though. Oh, what do you say, Hunter?
I was gonna say,
As
Sean, what are your
Dementors.
thoughts?
Oh yeah, Sean.
Oh, yeah.
I'm cautiously optimistic. I want the movie to be good. I will say though, I have really come around on Nicholas Holt as Lex Luthor. He looks
No, he's
Awesome.
great. No, he's great.
does
He's
look great.
He gets
There-
domed
when
in
he
the
first
head.
got cast, I'm like, I don't know if he's gonna be right for Lex. And everything I've seen, I'm like, oh no, he's got
I
it.
keep thinking about the alternate universe where he's Matt Reeves'
Superman.
Batman.
Oh yeah, he was good.
but I do like they've mentioned that he must really resent David Cornsworth for getting the Superman role, and so he could
'Cause
use
he
that
auditioned
to fuel
for
his
Superman,
legs.
yeah.
Yeah, I think what's interesting though, what do you guys feel about this idea that superhero movies need this silver age that's coming out, like with Fantastic Four and Superman? The idea that after those, if those are good and they reinvigorate the genre, that like we could get as good as it was before.
No, it's not. It's just not.
You
I
think- you
really
think
think
so?
that's impossible. Yeah.
I think
don't-
DC
it's
might,
done.
but I
I
don't, know
don't
about
think they
Marvel.
will. Hunter, they're still not making a fucking Batman movie.
No,
I
they
know
are.
they
They
stopped.
are. They
No,
gave
no,
him
but they're
the script.
making
They
the
just started
wrong
making
Batman
it.
movie. They're
That's
making
true,
a
they were
Batman
making the
movie
wrong
that's
one.
not part of the universe.
I think it's interesting though that because James
I
Gunn
forgot
said
about
in an
Clayface.
interview.
They
yeah,
cast
we're gonna be
Clayface,
we're all
didn't
hyped for Clayface. He said in an interview recently. I thought this was interesting, where he said like Superman is his first real superhero movie. Like he's made comic book movies, but he's never made, and we
A
don't really
superhero
get
one.
these anymore. Superhero movies, like classic, traditional, secret identity, double life kind of superhero movies anymore. We don't get those. And the idea that Superman can be that again, even though it should be.
Bro didn't see Blue Beetle.
That's, oh yeah, you know what? Nobody
Yeah,
did.
okay,
Bro,
no,
bro
no
includes
one
a lot
did.
of people who did not see Blue
Yeah.
Beetle.
Or the Batman.
They don't do a lot of. It's almost like going back to tradition is
JD, I didn't see
unique
Blue
again.
Beetle.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think
saw
Hunter's the only one who saw it.
I saw it.
That
I
was
saw
on.
Blue Beetle.
I saw it.
I
It
did
was
like it. I
good
liked
too.
it. It was good. It was good.
Who cares?
I'm never
Who
gonna
cares?
rewatch
Nothing
it.
actually matters.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Uh,
I did get a laugh out of Tyler on a recent episode being like, I think Sean watches every TV show.
You do
I
watch
do.
them all though for some reason. I don't know
I
why.
even watched The Last of Us season 2, like the whole
Well, I
thing.
watched that too, to be fair. But I was
This
talking
weekend
about
I'll
when
probably be watching The Sandman. So
you watch. Oh my god, dude! What? No, get off that ship. What are you doing? It's
Yeah.
sinking.
yeah. Yeah.
I
I
don't
do
know.
find it dumb. I do find it dumb that they're promoting it like the final season. It's like there's only 2 seasons. Stop
Two
saying like it's
seasons,
been
yeah.
And we
around
know
Yeah.
why,
for
and you
6
can't
seasons.
really
But we
talk about
know-
why
Yeah.
you're not doing more.
exactly.
Yeah,
Oh, they dead set said something like, we feel like we've like told like the amount of story that we want to tell. I'm like,
Bullshit.
yeah,
We
I'm
did.
sure
It's a
that's
75
why.
issue
Two.
series.
Yeah,
You do two
Two
seasons.
seasons. We've really encapsulated the whole
First
thing.
season was like what 6 issues of the comic.
No, this is the next 70 issues in
Yeah.
fucking 10 episodes.
They're gonna do like Andor, dude. You know, a year every 3 episodes.
I don't think that's gonna cover it.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that regarding a silver age of superhero movies, I hope Avengers isn't dog shit. But I think the idea of a DC universe that is thriving and a Marvel universe that's kind of back at the beginning, building X-Men and stuff, I think that's also exciting. Very,
I think it's exciting. I just think it's moderately delusional.
they're
I just
never
think
going to
it's not
get
gonna
as
happen.
big as they were before.
Nah.
You're never going to get Endgame level hype. It's just not the way that movies and box office
Mhm.
works anymore. Like people don't show up like that.
Yeah.
But I think you can still. I mean, obviously, you can still make good ones, and you can still make really, really good ones. I just hope they do.
Mhm.
I think they do need to take a break though. Like let the audiences build up that missing of these movies. Like when was the last DC movie before Superman? Was it Blue Beetle?
Aquaman 2.
Wasn't it
too, yeah.
Aquaman? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was.
I mean, that was
Okay.
over a year. That's
That's
what,
not
a
great.
year and a half with no DC movies.
Yeah.
And nobody's
That's what I'm
thinking
saying. Like
about
it's
those
been
DC
a
movies
while.
anyway.
That's
Yeah.
what I think is helping Superman because it's like, oh, we're finally getting a DC movie after a
and
while.
it's been 12 years since we got a Superman
It's
movie.
not connected to the DCU as well. so.
Yeah, it's like a fresh start. I don't know if this is a spoiler, but there's apparently Superman starts with like a text that explains
Yeah,
the universe.
that
They
is
said it's very
cool.
Star Wars. I
Like
like
Star
that
Wars.
too.
That sounds
I really
cool,
like that
yeah.
too. It's like introducing us to this world. Like I like the idea that
What if it's
He's-
30 minutes long? The
it's just
text?
all text.
You guys gotta skip the movie, by the way. Between Aquaman 2 and Superman, you have Joker.
Joker fully. Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah.
That's the one movie I have walked out of the theater.
Oh my god.
No way, you walked out.
That is the-
That's based.
I got up to I think it was
Was it
I
when
got up to
Joker was doing
him
that
going-
accent?
I think it was when Harley visits him in like a jail cell. It was shortly after the really uncomfortable sex scene. I'm like, I'm done. I have other things I could do.
Oh,
I
you
walked
missed
out
the
the
theater.
Wow, Sean, you
Wow,
missed like an hour.
Sean saw sex
Yeah.
and he went, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Eyes of
no,
virgin.
no.
This
I
is
saw-
unrelatable.
I know the exact
Quick,
moment I
Sean,
walked out.
cover
It was
your eyes.
They're not married.
it was the hallucination or dream of them like on the talk show singing and dancing. I'm like, I'm done. This is
Yeah,
bad.
and then
I'm
that's
out.
she
a little bit
shoots
later on.
him?
Yeah, that's a little bit
I,
later.
don't know.
I bought my
I
tickets
did not
and
see him
heads
shoot
for
him
those.
because
Good
I
times.
walked out.
Yeah, that movie's horrible.
It's bad. It's bad. Yeah.
It's really like terrible, like beyond terrible, like one of the worst movies maybe ever made. That bad. It is that bad.
It
though.
is really bad. Yeah.
But Superman hopefully won't be that bad.
Superman
just-
will not.
The sequel,
Superman
though.
will not
When
be
Superman
that
gets
bad.
a sequel,
I
Superman
like
Folie
the-
à
yeah. I like the idea that James Gunn really is leaning on this for this universe, that this is a universe where nothing is going to be explained. We're jumping in and it's like we're in the deep end by far, right? Superman is not even the first superhero. Superheroes already exist, and Superman's like a rookie.
Yeah, Creature
It's
Commandos.
it's
Yeah.
year 3 Superman too, which I find
Yeah.
a little odd.
I like though, it's the way, it sounds weird, but the way he explained it where he was like, that when you jump into a Superman comic, it's like, if you were to pick up the first issue of Joshua Williamson's run, let's say, they're not going to explain where the fuck Mr. Terrific comes from. You don't know who that is, but it doesn't matter if you know who that is. Like that's just a character that exists in this universe to show that this universe is way bigger. And I like the idea that this is a DC universe that's already kind of like built in a sense. We don't have to do origins. We don't got to start from the ground up. People know who superheroes are. It's not going to be that annoying shit,
Yeah,
like that.
and characters like Mr. Terrific, they appear a lot today. It's different if you have like characters like Gnort. Like
You
you're
want
using.
Gnort?
I
The
do want
is
Gnort
that the squirrel
eventually.
Green Lantern?
Like a he looks like Chewbacca Green Lantern.
Oh, is that the that's the Chewy Green Lantern? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
But
thinking
it's
of
like we
Chip.
we have like characters like that, but Superman is using more known characters. I guess the most unknown character they're using is Metamorpho, maybe?
Yeah, or the engineer.
Oh yeah,
The
no,
Oh my
definitely is
engineer's
God.
engineer.
more
Yeah.
Dude,
unknown
that's
than
crazy. That's
Metamorpho.
great. We were just talking about like promo for Superman. That was like the one Superman ad I got. It was Metamorpho's fucking face like this, and it said "Get tickets now." And I looked and I went,
I don't know who this guy is.
I don't know that I want to do that. Like,
Yeah, I'm hype. I don't know,
I
man.
guarantee when we record the podcast next week, Harper's gonna say the best the best part of
Luther's the
Superman
scariest
was
guy I've
when
ever
Metamorpho
seen.
did that.
Yeah, Metamorpho is the scariest guy I've ever seen.
Stares at the
Um,
camera.
But yeah, I mean, I hope that it's good and it does well, and that we get more movies and we do. Like David Cornsweet said today, that what really excites him about playing Superman in the future potentially is like other tones of the DC universe. Like he said, and this made me kind of. This is very interesting, but he says he wants to play Superman.
get tickets now. Like, it's that
Buy
face.
tickets now, motherfucker.
I don't want to though.
He said he wants to see his Superman in an R-rated movie. Like, oh my God. Imagine
Okay.
that. Superman in an R-rated movie?
Batman v
That's
Superman
Justice
Extended
League
Cut.
Dark.
That's true. Or
Whoa.
Justice League, the Snyder Cut.
Yeah,
But,
this has
beard
been in
thing
two R-rated
dropped.
movies.
Oh God, I don't see the fucking beard thing.
Terrible.
Get that off.
Hunter,
get it
he's
off the
also
sc-
in a sweater. He's also
Get it off
in a
the
sweater. Look at
screen.
that.
In that photo, it just looks like it's part of his face. Like it doesn't even look like a beard.
Yeah, because it
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. Is he wearing it?
Do you want me to show you again?
Guys,
It's
we talked
fake?
about this for 20 minutes last week.
Because
We
it's
don't have-
horrible and it just
It
raises
looks
too
like
many
he has a
questions.
very stretched face.
I don't like it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mr.
Me when I
Fantastic.
see beard thing.
Yeah, I love it.
That's the scariest guy I've ever
The
seen in
last
my
bit
life.
of news I wanted to mention.
Oh, real quick,
is,
sorry, you mentioned David Cornsweet talking. He
Yeah,
also said today
does talk a
that
lot.
when he's cast as Superman, he was in contact with Henry Cavill and Tyler
Mhm.
Hoechlin
Yep.
about being Superman, and they were both kind of giving him advice, and it's also saying like, don't take our advice.
Yeah, Henry
But
Cavill
it's
said,
cool
"You'll never be
that-
me, kid."
It was cool that like Henry is accepting of a new Superman after he was, I mean, terrible thing.
Yeah,
It's
No, it's
No
not
offense.
like David
No offense.
Cornsweet fired him.
yeah.
I know,
Yeah,
but
I was
it
gonna
is
say,
nice
and
that
also,
he's
like-
Or that anybody technically fired him. I mean, he just wasn't
Yeah.
ever hired.
yeah.
Like, no offense, but like Henry doesn't have any fucking ownership over the. It's
He also
Superman.
did
Like,
get. I feel like at the
you're
very
one of a few.
least, he got a couple movies. At
Yeah.
least, you know,
Yeah.
it's more than
Hunter,
like Andrew Garfield.
Justice League's good.
got. Yeah, I do like.
Hunter, this is so stupid. I liked this the other day for no other reason than hoping it would show up on like your like your For
What?
You, your Explore page,
Okay.
just so you could see it. But it was just like all the Rotten Tomato scores for the Karate Kid movies. Like, most of them are bad. It was just,
What's the lowest score on there?
Probably the
fourth
next
one-
Karate Kid or the new
The fourth,
Karate
the
Kid.
fourth one's got 7. The Karate Kid Part 2, 15.
Okay, so so Karate Kid. That one is twice as good as the other one.
They almost like half or sort of more every single time. It's like, woo, starts good. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Like, it just
Oh,
keeps
shit.
going.
Just an exponential decline.
Yeah, we're gonna get a 0.5 score on next time on Rotten Tomatoes.
Crazy.
This bit of news. This is really weird. This is a comic thing, but I saw that the comic thing. Bit of the beard again. Don't put up the beard again. But no. But have you guys seen that Spider-Gwen issue that recently came out?
No.
Oh, where
Oh.
she goes back up and she's like, "It is me, Peter, you fucking dickhead." And he's like, "It's not you." And he's like, "No, it's really me." That one.
Is this like Gwenpool
No.
or
What do you say? Is it what?
like Gwenpool, like real Gwen Stacy?
No. So what happened is this is really like bad. Like Spider-Man
This
is in a really bad position right now, like the character and the
Is
franchise.
this not the one where she's come back? Like she's alive again, but actually alive and whatever. 'Cause I
So,
saw the pages of that.
Essentially what they did, and they haven't explained this yet, but I'm pretty sure this is what they did. I haven't read the issue to be fair, but I've seen the pages. They have done the Miles Morales thing, and they've molded her world into
Oh.
616.
Oh, what?
So there's a new George Stacy and a new Gwen Stacy of the Earth 616, and that's Spider Gwen and her dad. But like there was a Gwen Stacy and a George Stacy of this
Yeah, it's
universe.
different from Miles.
And so
How does that even
that's
work?
I have no fucking clue. And
So
they
just George
didn't
Stacy's
explain it.
back,
That's
but
I think where the new Spider Gwen series is gonna pick up. Whatever the fuck this means. So they've
Okay.
ruined
Meanwhile,
everything.
Meanwhile, we have a new Gwen pool that's resurrected Gwen Stacy
Yes,
running
they all.
around.
Oh, for the
Yeah,
but
love.
that's the thing
also
that I-
regular Gwenpool's still around too. So.
Yeah. Why do they hate us? What did we ever do? We pay for their comics. We love them. We give them support. We tell other fucking people to read them. Why don't they like us? Like, I don't get
It's
it.
really
What
just
did we?
Spider-Man
What did we
editorial.
do? But we love Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man. I really do like that character, and I feel like I've spent a lot of fucking money on that character in my life. I would like for them to not treat him like garbage.
If you had to choose Tyler, Spider-Man, or this, what are you choosing?
I might pick that right now.
Weird thing, yeah.
Bearded thing, yeah. That's the thing. Listen, the thing is, it's just, if it's not one thing, then it's another.
Fuck, do you want me to pull up two pictures?
No.
Can it be him holding
Okay,
the
okay.
Civil War?
Oh, okay.
Like,
fantastic.
people know Gwen Stacy and George Stacy died in 616.
Yeah,
So,
in
like,
the universe, yeah,
Yes.
they do.
like
George Stacy
if
got
they run into anybody, people are going to react like, "What the hell is going on?"
Yeah, I mean,
that's my
that's the thing.
reaction
Unless
to the end of Ironheart, Sean, too, with
Yeah,
ending.
yeah.
Oh,
So
no. We'll
similar
get
ending, yeah, we'll get there.
well, should we get there now? I mean, there's no more news.
Sure, yeah. I'm kind
There's
of
no more news?
curious because okay, so Sean and I, big Ironheart fans, we watched the show. You guys didn't. Harper, why didn't you? Because this is like an Iron Man Doctor Strange show.
Literally,
without
like
Iron Man,
that.
Doctor
You
Strange.
say bring this up every time, like as if it has anything to do with me. She wears a suit.
Zelma Stanton is it?
I
Right?
did see that. That is interesting.
And
That
she
is-
actually
but
plays like a role. It's not a cameo. She's like,
But
in it.
like, why do you think I'm inherently invested in Ironheart as a character because of Iron Man? This is a character that's only existed for like 10 years. I like her
I
fine
had the
in
first
comic books.
appearance.
Yeah, why? I'm
This
not.
would be like
why
this would be
would
like
I?
an Avery Ho Flash show comes on, and you're like, "Why aren't you watching?"
I think
this
it's
shit?
'cause-
Avery
yeah,
Ho
I think
Flash.
it's-
I mean, she
Straight
did
up.
show
Well,
up
I don't-
in the Flash finale, didn't she?
I
You
feel
weren't
I'm
watching.
doing- Did she actually? Did anybody
And
watch?
like this Riri has literally nothing to do with Tony
Tell me.
Stark. It's
I
like,
think it's just
got-
because this is like using lore of.
Well,
Doctor
he's
Strange
asking
and
'cause
Iron
you
Man.
loved
using,
Black
like,
Panther 2 so
yeah,
much.
Some bits of
That too, yeah.
Sorry.
You loved Black
Yeah.
Panther 2.
Well,
She
I
was
don't
your
know
favorite
about Black
character.
I
in
did.
the
It was my
movie,
favorite
so-
movie. I definitely
Yeah,
was.
so he's
yeah.
wondering
I
why
mean,
you wouldn't
like-
want to watch the spinoff.
One of the main villains of this is
And you love the hood.
Ironmonger's son. They
Is
talk
it?
about
Yeah.
Iron Man 1 and throughout the whole show, pretty much.
Dude, they talk about
Dormammu
Iron Man
is
1.
discussed
You have to
several
watch
times.
the show.
It's true.
They're constantly talking about Dormammu throughout the whole show. Well, not the whole show, about half of it. But
But
it's
Hunter,
like-
I have
half.
movies and content where I can just see those fucking characters instead
Yeah,
of watching characters.
they're constantly
I don't
talking
care.
about Dormammu.
Yeah, oh thank God, I can get a Dormammu reference. Like, what the fuck? That makes no. It's like
You're trying to
oh,
feed him on references to characters.
yeah,
he
like I'm
likes.
gonna go out of my way to rewatch Mandalorian
Fair
season
enough.
3 because they say
Fair enough.
Thrawn one fucking time. Oh,
Yeah,
what
exactly.
the-
Bro,
no.
you have a
Like,
tattoo on your back of the hood. Like, I just
That's
I don't
true.
know,
Yeah, and
like,
I've got one on my chest of Ironheart, but that's besides the point. I'm not watching
I just
it.
think they look cool.
Yeah, they look cool.
they're
in the
like
comics.
they're spread like this, and on the side of your body, they're like holding hands. They're winking.
Yeah, yeah. If you seek his monument, look around you, and it's Ironheart and Zeke Stain.
Is Zeke Stain like a complete sociopath in that show, or is he like normal?
He's normal. He becomes a little crazy.
He's like a
normal
I
person.
love-
incel.
Because
Yeah.
incel, okay,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I always thought of Zeke. He's first invented in the Fraction run, right?
Fraction
Harper.
one, yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
he's
he's.
loose
I
ass.
always thought of him as like kind of really terrifying. Like
Hmm.
he's just a sociopath, kind of young guy who's rich because his dad was rich and just likes to hurt people because his
Yeah,
dad
he's
was
like a
also evil.
terrorist, dude. He's like a
Yeah,
proper
that's
and
not
he's-
just Zeke Stain in
Yeah,
the show.
I always
that's
like
not
that
him.
villain because I think that is like he's like a scary character in that sense where it's like he has nothing. He's got no moral backing at all. He just likes to fucking hurt people and really
He just
wants to kill Tony Stark.
He shoots the Mandarin in the head. The Mandarin hasn't been back since. He just
Yeah.
murks him. He's like, all right,
Yeah,
cool,
and
dude.
so I don't know. I was really hoping that if they ever did Zeke Stain, he would be like a fucking crazy madman too.
He's not.
Yeah,
He's not
I
at
think
all.
for me, like it's cool that
He's got
Zeke Stain
live,
is in
love,
this.
laugh signs everywhere.
Does he
You know what I
really?
liked about
Yeah, that's his
what I
character.
liked about what I liked about Zeke Stain in Matt Fraction's Iron Man.
His fingers, his
Tyler,
finger discs, shooties.
is no, I don't like those finger disc shooty things.
I don't
No,
really like them
those.
either. I don't
They're
like
like
them
little,
either,
they're
yeah.
like little blue silver dicks on his hand. I don't like it. It makes me
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
He's got
But
that.
you know what I liked? I like
Hell
when
yeah.
Zeke Stain shows up in that run and is like, Tony Stark, you killed my dad, and they're not
Yep.
going to do this because Tony Stark is dead.
Is dead.
So why do I care?
And also
Like, I
didn't
don't
kill his
care-
dad. Pepper did.
Zeke Stain. No, yeah, it's true. Well, I mean, he didn't kill his dad in the comics either. But Zeke Stain.
That's true. He killed himself.
He killed himself. Blew his own head off.
Yeah.
Okay, well, one
He
thing I
killed
noticed
himself
when
with his
watching-
own glider.
Well,
one thing
to
I noticed
open
when
up the
watching this
conversation,
show-
I'm curious from Tyler, Harper, and JD, what have you heard or
I was gonna ask that,
read
yeah.
about what happens in
I
Ironheart?
saw the
I've-
one
Because-
clip.
because
All of
I-
it. All of
I
it.
saw the
yeah.
one clip where she was like saying that like Tony Stark had all this product and all
yeah.
these billion, and then
Yeah.
they cut to he built it in a cave with scraps.
Mhm.
I
I
think fair,
have
those
heard-
those scraps.
I have thoughts
those
on that.
scraps were like multiple like Jericho missiles,
Missiles
like,
that he
Bolt
created
Stark
that he
tech
knows
and
his
stuff.
way around.
But still,
Yeah.
but
yeah, it is,
it is
he did build it in a
principle.
cave.
That's like the only
I've
thing
heard
seen.
nothing other than it's not that bad.
I saw
And
like
Mephisto shows
how
up.
it ends. I saw how it ends.
I
and
did not watch
everything,
how
and
it
it's
ends. I
kind of
haven't watched a second of this show.
The thing is,
dark,
like,
man. Dark.
the thing is, I realized watching this show that I don't actually know what
Your
it
phone
was
screen.
about, so it was kind of like fresh, I guess you could say, because I'm like, the trailer just shows that it's a show about Ironheart, but what is the plot? So
Is it good?
there's- yeah,
So,
I'm sure it's
All right,
good. I
let
mean,
me-
I'll watch
You know
it.
what?
You say yeah with a high voice like that. 5 years.
Okay,
from
fine,
now,
fine,
not remember
fine.
the fucking
Let me-
plot.
fine.
This is
I liked it.
ridiculous. Our standards
I
of
loved
TV
it.
have dropped
I
so
loved
much,
it.
and it's ridiculous.
Well,
Yes,
you
they
could
have.
you could send
That
me
is
to the
true.
nut house.
But
I'm
Agatha was
itching to watch it again.
fire,
I'm just
though.
itching to watch
Let me
it
tell you
again.
something. Let me tell you something.
Itching to
All right.
watch it again.
let me tell you something. I'm gonna give you some context about why I'm here. So like last week, I watched the first 3 episodes and I messaged the chat. I'm like, they were all right. I think it was
Yeah.
a nice little small story. It was fine. I wasn't like, woo, but I was just like, okay. I watched the 3 episodes
5
last
of us
night.
are together and we're not doing D&D, by the way. But anyway,
I know, right? I was gonna make a joke about that later. But anyway,
He had a plan. You
so then
ruined
I
the
watched
joke.
the 3 episodes last night, and I messaged the chat. And I went, "This is another MCU show that it feels like it just kind of falls apart in the ending." And then this morning, I was driving to work, which I have like an hour and a half commute, and all I was doing was thinking about this ending. And the more I thought about it, the more frustrated
So
I got. And I
tell
was
me-
like, "Am I actually
Mm,
irritated
mm.
by this show?"
What do you
I
think of the
disagree.
ending?
I disagree. I actually like the ending. I thought the ending was good.
Hate the ending.
I've
The ending,
heard.
Robert Downey Jr. is a different character, and his name's Tony Boner.
Oh,
Tony
Boney.
bonus. That's
Okay,
I like
here's
Tony
just
Boner.
so the audience and these guys
Yeah.
have context.
Hunter,
The
you tell it.
actual plot of this, in a nutshell, is Riri has no money at all, and she wants to build an iron suit, and so she joins a gang run by the Hood to make money. The Hood describes it as we're going to be robbing CEOs. They're not even going to
Oh, he's like
notice that
Robin
they're
Hood.
losing money. Yeah, but it's for them though. They're not giving it to the
Yeah.
poor. It's for
Well,
them.
Yeah, no, they're literally robbing and stealing. It's not to benefit anybody else.
Yeah, it's just to benefit them. And they're just like, no one's going to get hurt. They're not
Eat
even
the
going
rich,
to notice
dude.
that their
Eat the
money
rich.
goes missing, kind of thing. Join us. We need you. She joins. During the first mission, the Hood shoots a guy in the neck, essentially. So
Oh, okay.
she's like, oh, this is kind of bad. And plus, your Hood's kind of weird. So she takes a sample of his
Your
hood
Hood's
without
kinda
him
weird.
noticing. And she's like, okay, this is Dormammu. She figures out that it's like connected to her Dormammu. And like Zelma's in it. And she's just like, this is.
Well,
this is
Zelma
really
says
bad.
she thinks it's from Dormammu, but they're like, it's
Yeah.
definitely from some type of dark dimension, and you don't want to mess with this stuff.
What made it interesting is at the end I'm just gonna spoil it here. Part of the gang, the Hood has basically a father figure that's part of the gang that's involved with everything. This father figure finds out that Riri took a piece of the Hood, so Riri kills him,
Oh
which
my
is
God.
pretty interesting.
She
It's like,
leaves
oh my
him to
God, this-
die. Like
Oh, I
he
saw
gets
that. Yeah,
locked
she
in a
leaves.
room with the oxygen getting
He
sucked out of it, and he
She
suffocates to death.
She KJ
No, but-
KG beasts him.
No, but
She
I saw
Batman
people
she
talking
Batman
about
begins
this.
him.
She technically
Yeah.
didn't because the the AI suit is the thing that comes in and saves her and goes, "We have to go. We just have to go." And so she
But
didn't get
she
a
could have
chance to.
saved him.
She could
And
have
it's
turned
like
around
she
and
very
smashed the
But she
much
door.
could
couldn't
have.
because the AI took over the suit, right? I mean, I saw.
No, she gets control again.
No.
She gets
No,
control.
she had
And then
control.
Oh,
She
like
had full
to go
control of the
back.
suit.
she had full
Okay.
she had full control. She's like, I could save him, but I'm not going to because then he's gonna tell everyone that I took a
All
piece
right.
of the hood.
That's cool.
So it's
So she's
interesting
like
because then
morally
she's like,
ambiguous.
yeah, she's like, oh my God, someone died because of me. And then the hood finds out, and that's when the show gets interesting because now it's like the hood isn't like, hey,
What
join
episode
me,
is
we're gonna
this?
steal things. Episode 4.
Okay.
He's like,
Six.
join me, we're gonna steal things together, we're family. Instead, now the hood's like, I'm gonna cut off your head. So it becomes a bit more
I
entertaining.
think I'll
Is that
watch
actually
it
what he says when he cut
eventually.
the
I have no reason I'm not watching it other than
It's not
I
bad.
guess I mean I guess the
Just
reason
like-
is that I don't care.
I'm just okay.
But-
That's it. Yeah.
The thing is, like,
but I probably will end up watching it eventually. I say that now, but like I really don't know when.
we're talking
But
about it right now
by the
because
time
it
I
just
die,
ended,
I'll
and
probably
this
have
is
seen
the
it.
comic
I
book
wrote down
podcast.
my thoughts because I have a few.
I also don't
I-
recommend the show per se. I don't think it's bad at all, but I wouldn't be like, you gotta watch Ironheart, man.
And yet you're grilling me
I
because
feel
she
like
has a suit.
every single one of these Disney Plus shows, whether it's Star Wars or Marvel, is like you watch 12 to 20 hours of television for like 30 seconds worth of references that you actually care about. What a
Yeah.
fucking waste of time.
For movies and shows that they won't make.
100%. Yeah.
Except Agatha was really good.
Agatha was good.
Really?
But yeah, no.
cares?
So to
Really
recap
I
what
said-
Hunter was saying, first episode, she becomes a criminal and joins up with the hood. Second
Can I say
episode, they
one
perform
thing,
their
Sean,
first
because
job.
Sean, you're gonna go on for a bit, which is fine. I just want to say one thing before you do.
Which is
I saw like a grifting kind of online person talking about that Ironheart killing someone, and they went, Tony Stark would never stand for this, and everyone was just like, he went
Stark killed a lot
overseas
of
and just
people.
murdered
Would
terrorists.
defend
His
Riri.
last appearance is him murdering an entire legion of aliens. Like,
Yeah,
he
exactly.
kills them
Snapping his
all.
finger and killing hundreds of thousands of
It
aliens.
was just like, no, he would. Absolutely, it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, Sean, you go.
He was gonna kill Bucky.
So anyway, we skipped a few details. First episode, she joins up with the hood, but in order to, she needs to get her suit working because it got damaged when she got kicked out of
right.
MIT.
I missed the main detail.
What
And so
happened to
she
the
goes-
Wakanda suit she had?
It's
They
Wakanda.
remember in Wakanda Forever, Shuri
Oh, they
was like,
took
"You're not
it.
allowed to take this technology
right,
with
right,
you."
right.
But yeah, and of course, maybe she could call the Wakandans, but she never does in the show. But anyway,
They
so
bring that
she
up,
needs
though.
to get the suit working for the first job. And so she goes to Zeke Stain, who's using a different name because she finds him on the black market after creating her AI, which is not Tony Stark. It is her best friend who got killed in a drive-by along
yeah.
with her stepdad.
I remember
Um,
that in the comics.
So yeah. So she goes to Zeke Stain, upgrades the suit, and then kind of tells Zeke Stain to start standing up for himself because he's like a total pushover living in like a suburban home. Like his neighbor is like letting her dog shit all over his lawn, that type of deal.
Sean was pointing at the screen, going, "Oh, it's just like me." Anyway, sorry, Sean.
So anyway, so then you get to episode 2. They pull their first job, which is like to hack this tunnel system in Chicago. The third episode is where she steals the piece of
the
hood
hood.
from the hood,
The hood.
and she does so by using a
How-
laser cutter
How does
that
he
she
say
got from
he-
Zeke Stain.
Okay. How does he
Okay.
say that he got it? The hood. Does he say?
So we find that out in episode
At
the
the
finale,
end, yeah.
basically.
oh, he
We'll get
actually
there, we'll
does
get there. So-
explain it to her.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
in that third episode, she used technology from Zeke Stain, and he was like, "This better not blow back onto me." But when she left the guy to die in the room, she left the technology behind. So episode 4 starts out with Zeke Stain getting arrested for all of the crimes that the hood just committed, including several murders in that building. And Zeke
That'll do
Stain
it, dude.
before, yeah, Zeke Stain up until this point was actually like just a quirky incel, but he wanted to like use technology to like make bio enhancements and help people with like organ transplants and stuff.
Like
He
me
wanted to do
dad.
good. Yeah.
Oh,
So anyway,
Bidaya.
so episode 4,
That's
now
a bang
Parker
on
Robbins, the
impression, dude.
hood.
That's him.
He got like a vision from Mephisto that Riri was
Vision.
responsible for his friend John dying
Reference.
or his
Oh,
cousin,
I better watch
whoever.
it.
You
Yeah.
love the vision.
So- So
Fucking
then
robot. It's
Riri-
not a superhero,
then
it's a
Riri goes
robot.
into like, fight or flight mode, and she's like preparing all these things for when Parker's going to turn on her eventually, because Parker already killed an ex-member of the crew. So then episode five, I barely remember. Oh, episode five
That
is
was a
when
Zeke
Zeke
fight.
Stain, yeah, he gets broken out of prison by the Hood because he's
Did he have
like,
those
we have a
finger
person in
discs?
common.
Yeah.
No, he's got lightning blasts
All
or
right.
whatever.
I mean, he kind of does
Okay.
lightning.
And
He
so
has
in
the
comics.
he
disc on his fingers, but he just shoots
Yeah.
lightning.
Okay, all right.
So he gets
Okay.
fully upgraded with all this equipment. The Hood's crew
Unlimited
tries to kill
power.
Riri in a
Power.
White Castle before
At a
Zeke
White
Stain shows
Castle?
up. Yeah, they fight in a White Castle. And then in the finale, Zeke Stain was like all set to like go into hiding. He was supposed to kill Riri, but he kind of like faked that he killed her. So he's supposed to go into hiding, but then the Hood shows up and the Hood had hacked his equipment. So the Hood basically can just control Zeke Stain now. And so they carry out the rest of the Hood's plan, which was basically to break into the mansion that is apparently belonging to the Hood's father and take everything from him and like forces him to sign over the deed or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the final episode is Riri builds a new suit that incorporates Mephisto's magic based on the piece of hood
Inside.
she got.
Mhm.
And that's the power source because that was the only thing that could like
It makes
power
her
the suit and all the
interesting.
weapons.
Yeah, because so she
And
there's
then-
like a Mephisto's magic is inside the suit. So like
Yeah.
she has tech on like the right side and magic on the left side. She can kind of switch
Yeah.
in back and
Did
forth.
they do the
between two.
Iron Man angle?
Yeah, they
every
do that.
episode. Every episode.
I would hope so.
But
And
like she has like
so-
Doctor Strange like circles and stuff
I
there. And
would
she's
hope
able
so.
to like launch runes and stuff in the room and then fire projectiles with the other arm.
Oh, I got to
It's
get
kinda
on this
cool.
show. It's got runes.
And so
Yeah.
when she built the suit though, for whatever reason, the magic destroys the AI of her friend. So she's
Oh,
like
yeah.
really upset about that. So she goes to fight the Hood in her new suit, which she built out of a car, which I think is what happens in the comics, right?
Yeah.
She built the suit out of a car.
A race car, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so she does
Hate
that.
that fucking
She fight-
suit.
So in this final episode, it
So
opens with
exciting.
how Parker Robbins got the Hood, and basically like he was running away from security guards because he tried breaking into his dad's apartment previously, and then Mephisto
Partly
kind of
as a
scoops him
mansion.
up.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's got whatever it is. Mephisto scoops him up, and they go into like an Italian
Why?
restaurant, and Mephisto, I don't know, and Mephisto.
It's because
Like-
Mephisto says you're desperate. If you need a way out, come with me.
Does
If
he go
not,
to
you're
everyone
gonna get
like that?
arrested.
I guess he would, right?
He would.
Literally
Well, that's the thing.
everyone that, yeah.
It was like this pizza place. So they're sitting in the pizza place, and Mephisto kind of shows off a bit of his power, and he asks the Hood, he's like, "What do you want?" And the
His
Hood's
power
like,
was
"I want
kind
to
of.
be, I want to be
kinda
greasy,
His
filthy,
filthy red
rich,
hood.
or whatever."
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
a hood
And
and
so-
a cape with 2 guns. That's what I
Yeah.
want.
So he makes a
And the
deal
Infinity
with
Stones?
Mephisto,
Yeah.
gets the Hood, and like, starts doing this whole plan, right? And as the more he uses the Hood, the more he gets like these, cracks on his skin, energy looking stuff, like he's getting
Yeah.
He
corrupted.
gets more powerful, but he's losing control essentially.
Yeah, he like the final
He gets
battle happens
angrier.
in the last episode, and he turns into like his demon form, and so Riri and him fight. Riri wins, and he had asked Mephisto for more power, and Mephisto said he would give him more power only if he could hold on to the Hood. Riri takes the Hood from him, so he lost. He's basically like cut off from Mephisto. The show ends with Riri going downstairs in this pizza place to where Mephisto is once again eating pasta, just hanging out, and she makes a deal with Mephisto and basically sells her soul to Mephisto.
Did she say,
does.
And
bring back my friend and I'll give you my marriage?
No, this is where it gets even dumber.
suggests that.
Genuinely, yeah.
this is where it gets dumb.
Pretty much.
Okay, so here is my issue. She is so dumb in this finale. I'm sorry, I'm getting too.
No, I
hyper.
just you're so hyped about this.
No, because the show was actually pretty decent throughout the whole thing, and then the ending, I was just like, there was no arc, there was nothing here. Like, what happened? So the deal she was making with Mephisto is to bring back the AI of her friend, and then what? Mephisto instead resurrects the actual friend, but when the friend shows up, she's like, "Oh, I knew I could get you back. Run diagnostics." And the friend is just like, "What?" So that means Riri didn't ask Mephisto to bring back her dead friend. She wanted to bring back the AI that she accidentally created of her dead friend.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
And so
I think
here's
it's
the other
better.
thing.
I think it's better if she just makes the selfish, like, bad choice to bring back her friend, and it's like, whoa, you shouldn't have done that. Like, you got to face.
Wait, say that
you gotta
again.
face reality.
I'm lost.
So she has a okay. I'll take over, Sean, for a
Yeah,
second.
Hunter, you take over for a
There you
bit.
go.
Step in.
The whole show,
Yeah.
Natalie, her friend, is a main
Yes.
character. She's in every episode. She's the AI in her head that can do a hologram of herself.
Yeah, you can
And
see her
she
as full
makes
body. Yeah.
Mephisto suggests to Riri, being like, I can give you something. What do you want? She's like, I don't want anything. And he's like, how about this? And puts like the image of her mind of Natalie being with her and they're working on stuff together. And you just assume in the show because the show starts and Natalie's already dead. So we haven't actually seen her alive.
Well, I think that's her
So
origin
you
in the
kind of
comics
like,
too, right? Like that happened when she was a kid.
You kind of assume that this is the AI's back. And so Mephisto, it never actually shows Mephisto say or Riri say, I want this. It just shows them shake hands. And then the show ends
And
with
it's
her
weirdly
going,
cut too because they show the future and it makes it seem like it's Riri thinking about it, like
yeah,
she's going
it's
to turn
some
him down,
editing
but then
stuff.
it's what she actually did. So
see.
Yeah.
back to you, Hunter.
So it shows like back, she's in her garage, Natalie's there, she's like Sean said, like run diagnosis, and then Natalie kind of touches her and she's like, whoa, what the hell? How'd you do that? Because she's supposed to be a hologram. Turns out that she is back alive. Mephisto brought her back. It ends with them hugging, and you see like the crack in the hood skin happening to Riri on her hand.
Okay.
I think this is a good ending because it's different. It's unique. It's like the character made a wrong decision, and now we have
but like
Devil.
We're never going to get a
Ironheart.
season 2 to see it though.
You're not.
It's not
true.
happening.
And also, I think if you are not going to give that character an arc, if you're going to make Riri like arcless in this show, where she starts off doing the wrong thing and then continues doing the wrong thing, that have her actually fully make the choice and be like, bring back my dead friend. Not like, oh, I meant the AI and silly Mephisto. He got it all wrong and he brought.
I think that's
fuck that. That's lame as.
So that's the thing.
I think that's good because it's showing the devil is twisting her wish there.
Oh, fuck. Oh, we know
He
that,
is Mephisto.
though. Like, it's not good for
He
the
is Mephisto.
character, though, is it? It's not
So
good
let's-
for Riri
exactly.
as a character.
Exactly. Which I think
No, but
helps.
He
but
thinks
I'm saying
making
it
her an
doesn't
interesting character.
Yeah, it's
She
not
does-
making
like
her
literally
interesting.
for the
She didn't
character.
actually make that's
Real
not
quick, Sean.
active storytelling. She hasn't done anything there.
She does kind of go through an arc because episode 1, she doesn't want any help doing anything. She wants to do everything solo. By the end of the the start of the last episode, she builds the new suit with her family. That's her arc. She accepts
like Blue
help
Beetle.
again. Like Blue Beetle.
You don't think
they copied Blue Beetle.
Is
It's
the
genuinely
I
like if Flash went back in time in Flashpoint because like he left his wallet somewhere and then his mum got brought back and he went, oh, what a coincidence. My mum, like, no, like the reason that's the wrong choice is because he went back in time to save his mum from death. Like you've got to have Riri do the
which is
same
fucking
thing.
stupid and bullshit.
No,
Except
it is,
for
but
Jack.
if you're gonna make a character have that, you've got to make them make the proper choice, not like whoopsie daisy. That's lame. That's bad writing.
Riri is a bad person throughout this whole show. Like, just to recap Wakanda Forever, she was like a awesome MIT student. She built a vibranium detector, like promising upstart, right? Show starts out with her being a bad student getting kicked out of MIT because she's like not doing her classwork and stuff like that, right? Gets kicked out.
Whoa, what the heck? No.
Yes.
She doesn't
Yes,
class.
she gets
kicked out. She gets kicked out because she does other people's work for money.
Oh, I did forget that small detail. But anyway, academic dishonesty.
She's
bad.
like they even say she's the highest grade student they've ever had, but she's also doing 20 other
the
people's
highest
projects.
grade student in the history of MIT.
But she was also like not doing her coursework. Anyway,
more than Ned Leeds. Yeah.
but that's the thing. So Zeke Stain
Flash
after he gets
Thompson.
Zeke Stain after he gets arrested, Riri goes to him in prison and he has a line where he's like, I never should have trusted you, you're just a selfish kid. Absolutely right. In this show, she accidentally makes the AI of Natalie and treats the AI terrible, like throughout the first 3 episodes, and is like, no, you're not allowed to see your brother and all this stuff, right? That's number 1. She turns to crime to get money for the suit. She blackmails Zeke Stain to get his technology. And then she lands him in prison later on. She
all superheroes turn to
causes
crime.
a character to suffocate to death and die. When the brother of Natalie sees the AI and gets upset, then Riri starts defending the AI after she was just being mean to it for the first 3 episodes. It's like, why are you getting upset about the AI?
Tell that to Zod snapped a neck.
Yeah. So then she's also mean to her
Superman's
mom when the mom's just trying to help her in the show. And then she makes a deal with the literal devil.
With the literal
Spider-Man
devil.
did that.
Did they? That's true. Peter Parker did that. He's supposed to be like a really good guy.
The thing that bugs me the most, she only fights the Hood because he's going to kill her and her family because she put them in danger by teaming up with him.
But she like not because
Pisses
he's
me
a
off.
bad guy.
But also the hood's
Yeah.
like killing people, man.
Can I look? I don't think anyone listened to it, and if you like in the group chat last night, and if you did, sorry, I'm repeating myself, but like I really don't fuck with the whole like, hey, Mephisto's here. It's Sacha Baron Cohen in a shirt. I don't necessarily need
The reflection.
him to be
Sure.
giant. Yeah, I saw the reflection of the spoon.
Yeah.
Another
I-
reference. Cool reference. But like, I don't buy like the twist on the character here is look, it's Sacha Baron Cohen, but sometimes American accent and sometimes British. That's giving us nothing. That's not anything.
Yeah,
That's not even really adapting a character. It's just putting a guy in a thing, having him say, I'm
And he was
Mephisto."
just thrown in there because we don't know why he really gave the hood to Parker. He just kind of moves on from the hood and is
Yeah.
like, so Riri,
like-
you want to sell
like-
your soul to me? There's no reason for him to be there.
It's like what
It
you would
sets up
see in like a
nothing.
fan film that obviously doesn't have the budget to like make a devil man, and you just have a guy in a suit be like, "Well, I'm the
I
devil."
am the
It's
devil.
like,
There's like
just
there's a fucking Robert De Niro movie like that. I forget what it is, but there's a movie.
but
Yeah,
I feel like I
I'm the
said it in the
devil,
group
'cause he's
chat.
a guy
I
in
feel
a
like it's
suit.
every like 2010s fucking movie that had like the
Angel
devil, and it's just a guy in a suit being like a dickhead, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that kind of worked, 20 years ago.
He
But
should-
like,
he
this
should
is
have had the
Mephisto,
red skin.
who in
Yeah.
every appearance is just bright
Big red-
fucking red, whether he's a
Yeah.
bright red
Yellow
like devil
eyes, yeah.
man or he's a big red monster. He's a big like
now.
it's
I
just
love the
Sacha
monster
Do you know what the
Baron
design.
mid
Cohen.
credit? Do you know what the post credit scene
Monster
was?
designs about, dude. And Ascenti's Daredevil, Tyler. Dude,
Yeah, he's also in the.
I love
in
that Mephisto.
Guardian Devil too. No,
He is in
He
God,
is,
and it's the
yeah.
same design. Yeah, that's. the
Did you
best
see what the
Mephisto
end credit scene was for Ironheart though?
no.
Oh, I didn't.
It's Parker Robbins going to the
Zelma.
magic girl. What's her name?
Zelma.
Yeah, because he wants to get to like learn more about magic and maybe go to Comertage or whatever.
What?
And like, yeah,
She
that's the
knows
idea.
Doctor
So here-
Strange, right? I read that she's met Doctor Strange already.
In this,
yeah, and
no.
she's like gone to Comertage to like learn magic or something.
Oh, okay.
But here's what bothers me. So between the ending that sets up the cliffhanger of Riri like starting to get corrupted by Mephisto because she sold her soul to get her friend back, or the AI of her friend back, and the post-credit scene, it's setting up an Ironheart season 2 that we're never gonna get because
Yeah.
Marvel
Yeah.
just dumped this on Disney
don't do
Plus
that. Yeah.
with barely any marketing.
This is the
and then
Snyder
also-
cut of Marvel.
There was like maybe a report or two of a Strange Academy project once being
Yeah,
made,
that got
which is
shot
what
in
the
the mouth.
post-credit scenes seems to be doing, which
Yeah,
doesn't
that got
seem like that's
canned,
going to
though.
get made.
Zelma, Syria.
So here's what I think would
The
have
best
been
Love
better,
it.
and
Love.
That's
I
not the
don't
best
like-
Mephisto.
I
That's
don't
not
like
the
when
best
like
Mephisto.
What's the best Mephisto?
moviegoers criticize the MCU because exactly what they wanted to happen didn't happen. But like, I think what would have been better, like Hunter, I do think it's an interesting ending of her like getting corrupted and stuff,
I like that,
but
It-
not
it's
in that
more of-
way.
It's more of an interesting ending than like your typical. Okay, now I'm a hero. I'm gonna watch the sunset. Everything's all good now.
I
like that,
think
like,
it would
now
have
she's,
ended-
like,
Yeah, I just wanted a
potentially
Big Mac
going
with
crazy.
chips, please. Could
Did
that
you like
order
the
come
ending?
through?
Okay, so
Yeah.
you wanted it to be more like the ending of Blue Beetle, where he gets a bone.
No. I wanted it to be more like the ending of
Blue
Multiverse of
Beetle.
Madness.
where he
I
gets
wanted
a
it to be
boner.
more like
You know-
Multiverse of Madness.
Where he screams in the
let me
street because
explain.
he gets a boner.
Let me explain
I
this.
forgot that's how
So-
Blue Beetle ended.
That is how Blue Beetle ends. It is literally how the movie ends.
But no. So remember Multiverse of Madness ends, or what
Nope.
happens is Doctor
Freeman.
Strange uses the dark hold because of his, he's like, I can handle the dark hold.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care
Pain's
if it
an old
could
friend.
possibly change him because he feels, he's the one holding the knife, whatever. And then at the end of the movie, it did end up corrupting him. He gets the third eye, so it did affect him in some way. I think Ironheart should have gone that route with the magic because she uses Mephisto magic
Ends
in the
exact
suit.
same way.
No. She
Yeah.
uses the Mephisto magic in the
There's
suit,
no,
and
like,
Zelma even
downside to
says
it, though.
magic comes at a price. Like literally says, like magic comes at a price.
The bill
So I
comes
think
due.
what should have happened, because Riri
Never
was
did.
literally saying to Parker when he was in his demon form, like, give up the hood, give up this power, it's corrupting you. You should not be messing with this anymore. But then she makes the deal with Mephisto. I think she should have told Mephisto off, and then Mephisto's like, "All right, but
Told
you
him
still
off.
use my power,
Hey,
so
you
good luck
pesky
with that."
Mephisto, what are you
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
here?
Ah,
So,
you got
anyway.
me.
So then it would end, with her, because she put the magic in the suit. Then she starts noticing her arm cracking,
Yeah.
but she didn't make a deal with the devil. It's more like she's starting to get corrupted, and that could lead into a Young Avengers with her going in there.
I don't.
I think
mind
that
the
could have
deal
been
with the
much
devil.
better.
I think a
What?
character making the wrong choice and making a deal with the devil. I think that is I think that's a good route. I think that's fine.
Spider-Man did it.
I
you
like
could
that.
Only if it's
explore
going to
that.
be paid off in another season. Like
I
they're going to pay
totally
this off in
agree.
a
Yeah,
future
they're
movie.
But when they
No,
wrote
they're
this, they
not.
probably weren't being like, no one's
Secret
gonna
Wars.
like this. Like,
They also made this like
Just-
3 years ago. No,
Yeah.
exactly. They're not making the show being like everyone's gonna hate this. We got to make sure we like, tease nothing.
Like,
It's the MCU. Like,
but
we
yeah,
gotta tease
like when I was
something.
driving this morning, I was just thinking about like how this could play into a Young Avengers. And like it doesn't make sense with her making a deal with the devil, I feel. I feel like what would have made more sense
but are
if
they
they're
going to
ever going to
make
do it.
Young Avengers though?
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that if they're going to do Young
Yeah.
Avengers, we know Miss Marvel and Kate Bishop have linked up, and maybe their
Yes.
next recruit is Cassie Lang.
Cassie Lang.
I would then think that their next recruit would be Riri. Billy and Agatha are looking for Tommy.
Yes.
Billy would sense the magic corrupting Riri,
Oh, I see. And, some
and by
Mephisto
fate, they all
has-
come together.
I see. Do you think Mephisto should have been in Agatha?
Eh,
They have
Yeah.
Death
I
is
think-
in there. I mean,
yeah,
They
I
name
think it
him.
makes
They
sense
say
though
his
for
name, don't
Agatha
they?
to be in Young Avengers
They
because
do
she'll
say
know
his name.
about Mephisto. And what I think could happen in Young Avengers is they kind of do the Children's Crusade,
yeah.
but
well,
instead of Wanda being with Doctor Doom, she's with Mephisto.
Mephisto.
Because then
In
you're
hell.
setting him up as an actual
All
villain,
right,
and they could
okay.
be
Yeah,
going
I like
after
that.
him to save Riri.
Yeah,
I
I
like
think
that.
though that they're kind of do that in Avengers though. I think it's still going to end up being Doctor Doom. I think they're going to
That'd be
do the
cool.
Wanda story in the
Yeah.
Avengers movie. I think that because people, I do actually think want to see Wanda again.
Mhm. That'd be a popular
Yeah.
choice, yeah.
Yeah.
In defense of Mephisto, even though it does suck, I agree, it does suck that we don't see the red skin and the yellow eyes and everything.
That's the title of the episode.
I
In
do
defense
think
of
that-
Mephisto.
Oh my god, yeah, what is
It's Hunter
it's a
and
crazy
Mephisto.
it's a crazy thing to say.
Yeah.
I do think that his two scenes that he had were well done.
Yeah, because Sacha Baron Cohen can
Mephisto
act.
was good
I
in the
mean,
show.
he seems like
Yeah.
a dickhead,
Yeah.
but he can
Just
act,
like what-
and he can act his ass off. And he like it was those scenes were cool. I mean, they were cool when they were 3-minute clips I watched on YouTube, but like they seemed cool. It's just that
Yeah.
like I really I don't know. I have a real problem,
The
especially
No, I
with
agree
the
with
comic
you.
Yeah.
thing.
I agree with
It's like
you.
if
I
Dormammu
saw
showed
a
up at the
re-
end of Doctor Strange and he was just a guy.
Just
Like, it'd be
Cumberbatch
like,
again.
I saw
but
a
I'm
really
actually
dumb post
Dormammu.
today. I saw a really dumb post today that put the Mephisto from 2007's Ghost Rider next to
Yeah.
Borat, and it's like what Mephisto could have been, what it is in
I
the
know.
MCU.
There's like
Shut
there's the
up.
Peter Fonda
Mephisto
one,
was not
there's the-
good in the 2007 Ghost Rider movie. He was
Mephisto's
barely in it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Peter
He's
Fonda.
just the
in
devil,
in
basically.
Ghost
They never
Rider,
call
and then
him Mephisto.
Kieran Hines is in the second Ghost Rider,
Oh,
and they're all just
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. Steppenwolf. Mephisto, he because you said a guy that played Steppenwolf. I always like Mephisto is the thing. I always thought like he's a fun character. I just don't think that I find Mephisto interesting because he's not necessarily the devil.
Look at all the Mephistos.
Wow. Oh, he's oh, is that the shot of his reflection?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that.
I was like, oh, he's a
yeah,
cup
yeah.
of tea.
Yeah.
But he
It's a cup of tea.
I always like the idea that he's not even the devil, like in a religious sense. He's like a cosmic being that found
Yeah, exactly.
hell and rules it. Like I always like that because it makes him more scrappy. I've never thought of Mephisto as like a strong villain. He's just like a behind the scenes, like
Well, yeah,
He
doesn't
gets you on a
fight, per se.
technicality.
You-
I love
you don't
this as a
expect him to
thumbnail,
fight.
as if we don't
No.
know what it's fucking looking at.
no, but I don't even yeah. I don't even mean strong like physically. I just mean like he's not like a villain you take seriously, you know?
Yeah,
No, yeah.
Harper, the best Mephisto looks is when
Okay,
there's a
here we
Silver
go.
Surfer story where
Infamous Iron Man?
Galactus. No, oh fuck you for that, by the way.
What did he say? What did
He said infamous Iron Man, the
"Oh,
motherfucker.
fuck off."
When he's actually the maker.
You're gonna say it's better than like big red demon Mephisto?
No, listen to
one
me, bro.
in the 90s.
It's a Silver Surfer story where Galactus goes to hell and eats hell. And it's just a page of Galactus lowering into hell and Mephisto looking at him like, oh my god. Like what do I do?
What the fuck do I do? Here?
Yeah,
That is
I am
hilarious.
not the devil. I am not made for this.
What book is that?
Silver Surfer versus Mephisto. I don't know. It's Silver Surfer. It's a Silver Surfer comic though.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna just
No.
Google Silver Surfer
Like,
Mephisto and see what I come up with.
Getting back to Ironheart though, like the arc they
Yes.
were setting up for Riri in the show was dealing with her grief, like she's having panic attacks, and in that final episode they like play back a memory. Natalie plays back a memory for her of her stepdad, and it's
She
kind of
gets
like,
over
you
it.
know, you got to move on type deal. But then she makes a deal with the devil,
Yeah,
and she didn't
that's what
move
they
on.
did. That's literally what they did in Iron Man, though, right? Iron Man had PTSD for a minute, and then he didn't.
Yeah,
Mm.
and
Iron Man
so I
3.
will say,
He got
speaking of
over it
Iron
because
Man,
a kid was like, "You build things," and he was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking damn right I do."
Speaking
Yeah,
of
okay.
Iron Man, I do think there's an interesting thing, and it has to do with the criticism people are making where Riri's like, oh, you know, Tony Stark was a rich billionaire, and then they play the clip of he built it in a cave with a box of scraps.
Yeah,
We learn in the show to the general public, Obadiah Stane died in a plane crash. The general public does not know he turned into
which was the
Ironmonger and
yeah.
and try to kill Tony Stark.
Tony.
And so
They see him as
it
a
would
like a
make
hero.
well, that's the thing. It would make sense then if the general public just thinks Tony Stark built his
That's what they
first
say
suit in a
that's what they
lab
say at the
with
end
money.
of the first
Yeah.
Iron Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember that.
But it would then make sense, though, that the public doesn't know he built his first suit in a cave in captivity. They might just assume he built this suit at Stark Industries, and
With
that's
Obadiah
how he got it.
Stane. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But
I
so
don't
that's why
believe-
I don't agree with the criticisms of like,
I don't
you
believe
know,
that at all,
that.
Sean. I don't believe that.
Mm.
I don't believe that Tony Stark disappears for like months from America and he comes back and then like the whole thing happens and like you're telling me he doesn't go on like Oprah and go, yes,
I built this in
kidnapped
the
by
cave.
terrorists,
Right.
and I
I
built
don't
this
think he
fucking suit in a
does.
cave and I
I think he
He
definitely
wasn't
does.
talking
He
about
totally-
anything that
he
happened to him in
totally would.
captivity,
When he
even
was-
with
when
Pepper.
when he was
When
at,
he
like,
first came
MIT
back-
and stuff, you're telling me he wouldn't
but-
like talk about that. He was
It wasn't when he
Iron Man for,
first
10
came back,
I don't think
though.
so.
Like he doesn't. He reveals himself as Iron Man. That's enough for him. People are going to ask, when did this happen?
Yeah, exactly. There'll be multiple. He would be in like Time magazine. Like you see him on
Yeah.
the cover of Time magazine in Iron Man 2. There's no way he didn't go like, well, I first built it in a cave where I, escaped and blah blah blah. And also Iron Man went back over there and like blew up all the terrorists. You didn't think he'd be like, yeah, I went there because they fucking kidnapped me and all of that. Like, you know
That's
what I mean?
true. We never did get the follow up on that. Where is it? What is the opening of Iron Man 2? Why are they in that court? It's not because Tony went and like broke
I have
international
privatized
law.
world peace. That's
Is
it.
it?
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah,
going
they're-
around
they're
blowing
not-
people
they're
up.
not- Yeah,
Damn.
that's it. That's
And they're
that
fighting
literally
peace.
is it.
Wouldn't have
Yeah,
a job without peace.
Yeah.
peace. Yeah.
People were going to die.
Thank you, Superman.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I think Ironheart
That's the thing.
was a nice little contained story, just focusing on the Chicago
Slice of
area.
life and stuff.
I just hate that ending. I think the ending was terrible.
I like
So that's-
the,
You
I like the
should watch-
ending.
you should watch Squid Game.
You should watch Black
You want a
Adam.
bad ending.
What did you think of that ending?
If you want a bad through and through, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
If
anything
that's it
else?
for Ironheart, we just have some comics. Hunter, what did you read? You said you read a
I got
comic.
this
I
still
read Green
comics.
Lantern. I read
What
Green
happened?
Lantern. That's it. Well, do you guys know about the Silver Scarab? It's freaking cool, man. He's a cool guy.
The old school Silver Scarab.
Oh my god. I'm so happy.
Is it Dan
That's it,
Garrett?
that's it. Well, it's the original Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
You know where he was? Okay, guess where he was.
Egypt.
Dan Garrett. He hasn't been in
Watchmen.
comics for like he hasn't been in comics since for like 50 years or something, 60 years.
No, he must have been
200?
200. He's been in he hasn't been in comics in 200 years.
Something
It's-
like that.
I
Like,
don't know. Yeah, he must have been in comics from post-crisis. I mean, Ted Kord is still not the first Blue Beetle.
Yeah, it's Dan. So where was Dan? Where's he been? Not Egypt.
Egypt?
I will say he's not on Earth. He wasn't on Earth.
Mars. Oa.
He was in the Source Wall,
What? Just
like
in it?
inside it.
Oh my god. Okay, that's fucked
Green
up.
Lantern, like Kyle Rayner and Superboy find him there.
Okay.
Yeah, so he just they haven't come back to Earth yet, but he's the Silver Scarab. So he has like
Cool.
a silver scarab. He's a silver beetle doesn't roll off the tongue good, so that's what he calls himself. So yeah, there's that plot happening.
Is Jeremy
and then,
Adams still writing Green Lantern?
Yes, he does.
So good.
How Jordan went to hell and found the Spectre there, but he went to hell, and when he got to hell, like he went there for a reason. He
Mephisto
got
was
out.
there, huh?
But Gnort was there. That's why I brought up Gnort. And he's just like, oh hey, Hal.
You fucking love a good note.
Why? He's like,
Why
why
are
are you in my? He's like,
why-
hey Hal, why are you in my sector? And Hal's like, this is hell.
Why are
He's
you
like-
in hell?
Yeah, and York's like, it is? No, this is, I thought I was just on some planet. Like my ring died a long time ago. It's like, why are you in hell?
Hell,
Gnort's like, I just found like one of those like doors and I came in here and I've been in here for like a while. It's like no one knows, no one's heard where you were in like years, Gnort.
That's funny.
The
So
last time he
saves
was seen
Gnort.
was that swimsuit special or whatever. Um,
Oh, when's
Question.
the Marvel swimsuit special coming out? I can't wait for that.
But yeah, he
But
and the series.
didn't the
Oh, sorry.
Spectre fuse with Darkseid? Why is Hal
no,
looking
he
for the
fused,
Spectre?
No, he fused with Oliver Queen, and then Oliver Queen was able to bring everyone back after
Right,
they fought
of
the
I trust you with every
course.
cell in my body.
And he made his own multiverse. That's right.
That's
Yes.
it. He
And-
brought everyone back to life.
And he
except
brought
his
back
dead
Diggle's
girlfriend.
kid and other kids.
Both
And
of
he
them,
made-
both of
and
Diggle's
he
kids.
made the CW Earth Prime.
Yes, he
Yeah.
did. Yeah. So when you're watching Superman,
That's not Earth
2025,
Prime.
You know, that's not
Earth Prime is Grant Gustin.
But like
The,
that bringing
I
back
was-
that Blue Beetle just seems like Jeremy Adams wanting to finally write for a Blue Beetle because he really loves Ted Cord, right?
Who doesn't? I love Ted
yeah,
Cord.
he does. He does.
Who
I'll just say real quick,
I recall
the
him
issue
saying in your
ends-
interview that's like his dream project is Ted Cord Blue Beetle.
Yeah, it is.
That's his
That's what I
dream.
want.
He doesn't have to dream that much to get it. I'm sure it's Ted Cord.
I don't know if you guys would recognize this character, but the series ends with Kyle and it's the Silver Scarab and his crew. They find this like beacon happening, this Green Lantern beacon in the middle near the source wall, like right outside it. So they go there, and the person saying the beacon was being surrounded by manhunters. They kill the manhunters, and it is Aya, this character. She's
From the
from the
cartoon.
Green Lantern animated
Oh.
series. She's never been in a comic book.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
Interesting.
Well, Jeremy Adams worked on that show.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
So now I've never seen the show honestly, so I didn't know who
that
this
show,
was.
that show is
but-
very underrated.
Cool.
Very
But yeah, she's
I
never
mean,
been
they
in a
also-
comic until
It's
now.
also
She was outside
connected to the
source
Young
wall.
Justice cartoon now. So
They're canon together,
you-
huh?
You know,
Yeah.
we talked about you go, Sean. Sorry.
no, you're good. I was done.
Oh, okay. You know how we talked about like canceled comics and stuff last week?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I didn't realize
Iron
that-
Man's one of
that-
them, right?
Iron Man is one of them, but so is Daredevil. Daredevil's been
Yeah,
canned
Daredevil
at
is-
25, which is crazy because they spent 22 issues on that fucking entire story
It's
about the
one arc,
devils
right?
and the sins. Yeah. And so now this story that I told you with like the Last of Us fungus and he's in the,
3 issues, that's
the
it.
black suit again, it's going to be like a 3-issue story. And then the last issue, he's back in red for, I guess, like a big finale.
Yeah.
And that's it. So issue
Wow.
23 of Daredevil
Who's taking
came
over
out this
Daredevil,
week.
do you think?
Me, but like, yeah, so issue 23 of Daredevil came out this week, and so I decided to read Daredevil issues 242, 243,
Nice.
244, and Nascenti's Daredevil reread, baby. Woo, I haven't even read the new issues.
Reread.
Reread Williams. Reread Williams.
Speaking
Exactly.
of
She invented-
read, but anyway, this came out this week. Chip Zdarsky's on Captain America.
Yeah, issue one.
And it
Did you guys
starts.
see his newsletter?
What do you say in the newsletter?
He started talking how he shouldn't be writing this book because he's Canadian and eats too much Tim Hortons and then throws up from the Tim Hortons.
It's true. I mean, he shouldn't be because he's a son of a bitch writing for America. But
Yeah.
this book starts where we want every Marvel comic to start on ground zero during 9/11, right?
Oh, no.
And it's like I
That's
opened the page and I
dark,
went,
dude.
"Oh, this is this kind of comic." Okay.
Yeah, right.
This-
yeah, damn.
this is
we aren't
so-
we're not fucking around.
So essentially, this is right after this takes place right after Steve was woken up from right after the Avengers found him, right? So it's the
he
60s
was
era. Woken up?
Steve Rogers was woke. God
He-
damn, they got him.
They got him too,
Ah,
man.
He was the last stand.
But it's like, Avengers issue 4 era. So technically it's 1964, but due to the sliding timescale, this is like 2010, which is fucking weird to think about,
That is
right?
weird, yeah.
But it's Steve, wakes up and he's lost in this world. He doesn't know what it is, like how to navigate it, as every fucking Captain America story is. But he basically, Iron Man goes to him and says, like, "Hey man, join the fucking Avengers. Like, we found you. This is sick. Like the Avengers, we're kind of building our own thing here, The Fantastic Four, like the cool kids, but we're like punk rock, And Captain America's like, no, I don't know who you are, first of all. And second of, because they don't know that Tony Stark is Iron Man, they just know Iron Man. And second of all, I'm a soldier. I guess I have to go you work for the government, right? And so he
Oh
goes
man,
to
you don't have to.
Ross, Thunderbolt Ross, who says,
Hulk.
"Listen to this, kid. We're sending you to Latveria, right? Because there's this guy out there who's doing some bad shit, and no one's ever heard of Doctor
Damn.
Doom yet, right? Because this is like when Doom is taking over Latveria. They've the first meeting between the Fantastic Four and Doom has happened, but now he's gone back to Latveria and he's taking over the country in canon. So Cap then goes to Reed Richards and says, I can we
Reread
talk?
Richards.
Yeah, Reed Richards. They do go to a restaurant and talk. But he's basically talking to Reed and he's like, what is the deal with this Doom guy? Like, what's up with him? And Reed's like, oh, he sucks. Like, I fucking hate that guy. And this is like the beginning of their relationship. He's like, I met this fucking guy in college and he was an
College?
asshole then. Yeah. And Steve is just asking him, like, so much of the world has changed. And you're kind of like the guy in charge right now, Reed Richards. Everyone, I notice people talk about you a lot. How do you fucking navigate this, man? Like, this is weird. And this is, again, they're recontextualizing the canon. Originally in the 60s issues of Fantastic Four, Reed was in World War II alongside Captain America.
That's why he has the great streaks.
Yeah, but in this, it's like my dad was in World War II, Reed says. My dad was in World War II. And when I was growing up, he used to tell me stories about you. So, like, I may be like, people are looking at me like I'm the leader of all this, but you always set the example because you're Captain America. And Steve's like, that was really nice. like I really appreciate that, man. And so it's also cut with this other story of, again, this kid seeing 9/11 and then joining the military kind of in the same vein as Captain America. He was like a little scrawny kid. And they come to him with like a serum or something. And they make him another Captain America. And it ends
Oh.
with the U.S. invading Iraq and pulling down the Saddam Hussein statue. And there's a Captain America there.
Wow.
My dog is being
Whoa.
annoying. But I think in canon, my fucking dog, man, she's so annoying.
Whimpering hard.
Yeah. Shut up. Go to hell. God damn it. I'm recording a podcast. Go talk to Mephisto.
Mephisto.
Yeah, go talk to
Mephisto.
But I think it's just to imply
Go to Gnort.
that go fucking hang out with Gnort. But I think it's to imply,
Why are you in hell, dude?
yeah. Why's my dog in hell? I think it's to imply that this fucking dog, man. It's really like hurting my train of thought. But you know how
Can we get to the War on Terror and why it's in this Captain America comic?
They established in Brubaker's run that they were Captain Americas that replaced him, right, when he was not there. I think that's what they're saying here, too, because this would have happened before Steve woke up in the sliding timescale. There was like a Captain America that was working for the Americas in the mid-2000s.
Huh.
Weird.
Damn.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Sliding time scale is so crazy when you think about that. Like you said, he woke up in like 2010. Like that's fucking,
that is
that
strange.
sucks.
Yeah.
So
That
weird.
does suck.
I feel like you should just make it that the Marvel universe, like the way they count years is like how we count months. You know what I mean? Like, next month it's 1984.
500 months. It's been
think
500 years since
literally
the
1984.
Fantastic
Look,
Four.
I don't know. I'm just
Yeah, I know.
There's got to be a better
It's-
way.
It's also kind of crazy though. Like Marvel fans go into the comic shops, be like, "Oh boy, Chip Zdarsky's on Captain America. I loved his Daredevil. How does this start?" Ground Zero.
9/11.
Yeah,
Yeah,
damn,
literally.
That is
It starts
wild.
with you think you're prepared to see death, but violent death, a man taking a man's life, is a very different thing. It's like, oh god, Chip.
Fucking hell.
Chip, I
Damn,
remember
Chip.
I first saw Chip Zdarsky writing fucking Howard the Duck, and I'm like, God, this guy could get real serious. Man.
Doing the art on fucking like
Sex
sex
criminals,
criminals.
yeah.
Dude, that's how I knew him.
It's like, oh, he's such a wacky, fun guy, and it's like, oh,
He still is.
he's got shit to
have
talk
his-
about.
I have
He
his
still
thing
is,
pulled
yeah,
up.
but-
I have his email pulled up right now where he says, like,
Newsletter,
I
yeah.
am a Canadian talking about America. I just want to be clear on this. And I'll just read out loud what he says. He says, just so you know, as a Canadian, I do not believe that Canada should be the 51st state. I think it should maybe be the 56th state. I want to see how the next few states work out first. I also want to be clear for the Canadians out there that Tim Hortons is garbage, but I still eat there almost every day. My father-in-law described their coffee as being terrible, yet somehow tasting of desire. And I never looked at him the same way again. He said, Steve Rogers is absolutely no fun at parties. says Steve Rogers actually can't say no to helping you move. He could be in the middle of a battle against the Red Skull for the fate of the world, bleeding and dying, and you can say, "Hey, while I'm thinking about it, I actually do need a couple extra hands next Tuesday to move out of my building, Steve. Would you spit some blood and go?" And Steve will reply, "What time do you need me?" Also, America is a great idea. That's it.
Yeah, well,
Whoa,
that's
damn.
what this
Okay.
book is going to be about. I mean, he's got stuff to say. Obviously, this is Chip Zdarsky wrote Avengers Twilight, recently as well, which is essentially a Captain America story. I think he really loves Captain America. Like, I think he likes the values that character stands for. And so the next issue is going to be Steve's first run in with Doctor Doom, like going to Latveria for the first time. Yeah, I'm excited.
Cool.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I'll
also
definitely
just
Played by
love
Robert Downey Jr.
Yes. What I really love is just this modern art of like the 60s era, every character, how they looked back then, drawn now.
Oh yeah, they're
It's
wearing
like
the suits.
Yeah,
Yeah,
always
love
cool
that
to see.
shit.
Like Iron Man looks really, really good. I gotta find the page, but
Really good.
yes, he just looks really cool. I mean,
Hell
it's-
yeah, bro.
It's Valerio Schiti. I still don't know how to say this fucking guy's name.
I've always
But,
said
and also,
shitty,
I
don't
think
know.
Reed looks amazing. But yeah, it's a good book. Really good book.
Petro, man.
It's cool.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it. That's it for comics.
Cool.
God,
That's it.
Superman.
How does
receiver.
how does the thing look? Does he look like this?
No, he doesn't look great. He.
I gotta.
oh,
I
I
fuck,
gotta
reckon
he does
say
have a
my.
beard.
if you cover the head, that looks like Sean.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
gotta say my thing that I said I'd say at the end of the podcast.
that's true. You have a
I'm
secret
remembering.
surprise for us?
No, not a surprise. Just
Oh, it's
a
his
little
fucking YouTube
plug.
channel.
Yeah,
Oh, it is. Of
it
course it is. Yeah.
But also, I want to mention D&D in general.
I thought you were
good.
going to say D&D. I was
I am.
kind of hoping.
Yeah,
I
okay.
am.
When?
We're
When?
doing it in August. The reason we're waiting till August is because we don't want to delay the episodes when we're talking about like do a D&D episode and on a cliffhanger and then hey, see you next week as we talk Fantastic Four. Like we want to do it back to back to back 4 weeks in a row.
So are
'cause
you
it's gonna be 4
locking it
parts
in?
again.
Is it clocking to you that you're standing on business?
It's not clocking to
What?
you.
It's not clocking. Yeah, don't
Unless
worry.
I gotta
You're
go
not-
pick up Gnort. Yeah.
So
Once you
August,
end up with
or are we-
Gnort, dude.
Are we
August.
locking in August? We're saying
We're
August.
locking
I would
in
say
Unless
let's not
something
lock it
happens.
in, but
JD?
let's-
Yeah.
Let's lock it
Yeah,
in.
we
All right.
never
so,
know what could happen. We don't know what
A
could
Hero
happen.
Story
man.
D&D season 3 is coming August. That's a promise. If it doesn't happen, Hunter is quitting the show.
Yes.
yeah, and killing
Yes.
himself on camera.
And
So that's
killing
the end of
himself
the
I'm going
podcast.
to make a deal with Mephisto.
Yes.
I
No,
might just
I will,
kill
I will.
myself. on
Guys, I
camera for
think
the
Hunter's
fuck of
hanging
it.
over there.
Oh, Hunter. Don't do
But
that,
also,
Hunter.
yeah,
Or
I
do
did
it?
want to mention I did do solo videos for Hero Story, and I really enjoyed editing and making those. So I made 5 more, but they're for Dungeons and Dragons related. And so I made a YouTube channel called D&D Hunter.
This is why you
where I'm
fucking
gonna be
killed
making-
Project Doomsday.
Yeah.
I killed the Roger Doomsday.
Yeah, which
I
is like,
replaced
come
it.
on, dude. That's so lame.
Release.
If you guys
mommy
are
pie.
interested in D&D content, I made several videos. I have them all scheduled for weekly release. And if you look up D&D Hunter on YouTube,
Disappointed that it's not on the main channel.
yeah, just because I don't want to spam the main channel with D&D.
No, but I do want you to
videos.
spam the main channel so that we
But
can
But
get
I
to
got,
a
I got a
thousand.
video coming up.
I want to get to
So
1,000.
be excited. For
They
that.
I made the last solo video. We're taking turns.
I got
Sean,
one
do you want to
coming up
make a
this
video?
week.
Sean, you make a video.
I haven't even put together the 6 episodes of my own
That's enough,
podcast
that's
I have
enough, Eddie.
recorded.
That's enough.
Tyler is on one of
One
them.
of which I am
Yeah.
on. Yeah, get to it, son of a bitch.
Yeah, so
But that is for.
But
But thanks for letting me come on here to get my rant out of my system.
for Agatha.
Yeah,
or
nah.
Agatha for Ironheart.
you really hated
Good,
that
good.
a woman.
I
being a
thought the
superhero,
show
man.
was fine, just hated the ending. Last 15 minutes, I was like, what are we doing here?
What are we doing
I
here?
really
Oh,
liked it.
callback reference.
Wow.
That's what people
guys.
stick around and watch for.
Just quick question.
Yeah.
What should the thumbnail be?
All right, so
End it right there.
we're
Here we
gonna
go.
mute. We're gonna mute Harper.
Oh, wait,
We're
no,
already ending
Turn
this.
his
so
camera
we've
off.
muted
Too.
him.
Turn his camera off. He
So-
doesn't deserve it.
I just want to
deserve
say before the next
come
episode
on.
comes out.
Don't do that to
Before
me.
the next
No,
episode comes out, we're gonna see Superman. Superman. The
No,
next
stop
episode
it.
is
Allow
the
me
next
to-
episode is Superman, and that's really exciting.
fucking listen here, you fucking, you fucking,
And I'm really excited to see it. I
fucking
think it's
stop
gonna,
it!
I think it's
Fuck
gonna
you!
be-
You
I think it's
fucking-
going to be a great movie, and I'm really excited to see it next week. I hope you guys like it too.
Let
man.
me in! Let